welcome back to the Everwind Chronicles. We are in chapter 65. Um, I am Doug, your dungeon master, and we are a group of friends and storytellers telling you a story through Dungeons and Dragons. So, as we pick the story back up, the party, after a long journey of chasing and eventually facing a necromancer named Belladonna Rixa, they take a short journey into the Feywild, where they accomplish a variety of things, and then return to the capital city of Elduin, where they are approached by Morin, the goddess of the dead's personal guard, called the Sable Guard, who tell them that the city is about to be attacked by 100-foot tall skeleton and its own army of skeletons and undead creatures. The party then works to unite whatever forces it can, working with alongside Lord Greenwood as acting what's called War Prince, which is sort of like a martial law version when the king is absent, because the king left with the army. So the party works with him to marshal and unite whatever defenses they can, defending incoming townsfolk, defending an incursion of undead into the city, and then eventually facing, and after a long battle, destroying the gigantic skeleton, leaving it and all of the undead creatures to fall and fade away. After the party observes the king resign his crown after just one too many mistakes, one too many things gone wrong in a populace that's extremely unhappy with him. And the High Council and governors of the province decide to make Lord Greenwood the king. So after a brief, painful discussion with their friend, Sister Kiri, and a few other various things happening, they decide they are invited. They depart because they are invited by Lord Greenwood to his estate. He would be returning for a very brief visit to wrap up some things in Arkhill, and invited the party to a feast along with some other guests to celebrate victory and everything with his allies, the people who have been working so hard this whole time. However, along the way, they are met by Alton, the head servant of Lady Inthris, a governess and sort of high noble that has been working with them in various capacities for some time. She invites them into a tent where she's been in hiding on the run after she was sort of outed during the party's trial before the nobility. And there they have a long conversation with her where she reveals that she is actually a vampire who has been, for lack of a better word, resurrected, and leaving her after a very strange encounter with an extremely powerful being who essentially restores her soul back to herself, but there's a cost, and she was forced to remain a vampire. And so after telling the story of how this came about, including being turned by the very same vampire that destroyed Stoic's temple that he grew up in, a vampire named Indwick Venasius, she continues to tell them another story, and eventually revealing that Lord Greenwood is actually the true necromancer in Karandia, that Belladonna was only working for him, and that he has been the force behind almost everything that's going on with Karandia right now, as part of a long-term, very complex plan to either destroy everything or make himself king. And she also reveals that the party has been invited to his estate so that he could trap and kill them. as they've become far too much of a problem, and he needs to deal with the party. And so Empress reveals all of this and then spends time going back through their story in Karandia so far from the bad guy's perspective, revealing a lot of things, a lot of truth around the events that they've experienced so far and why things happened the way they did each step of the way. After this, the party spends some time planning their next move after she tells them there's another way into Greenwood's estate where they might be able to catch him off guard, whereas if they walk straight in, they will walk right into his trap, and she warns them that he will not underestimate them again. But if they sneak in the back, they might be able to catch him unawares and have a little bit better chance of success. So the party starts to plan and eventually decides to spend the night as everybody, goes to bed and says some final words to her as she sits and stares at her wine at the table as they all fall asleep. They wake up to find that she and her servant Alton are gone. And that's where we're going to pick things up. As you guys wake up, still in the comfort of this tent that is strangely larger than the outside, you wake to a quiet scene with no one but you guys present in the tent. But as you wake up, as each of you one by one start to wake up and start to move about, Easy, you see before you a scroll that you recognize as a spell scroll of some kind with a note on it that says your breakfast. Underneath of it, you see another kind of folded note. And as each of you wake up one by one, you actually all find similar short notes next to you, which I'm going to start sending to you here.
Sweet. Love it.
And you can decide what you want to do with them here.
See, we're passing notes in class.
Just give me a second. You can talk or do something if you want. I'm going to send
Oh, okay.
She left the tent for us, right?
Yes, there are notes for each of you individually.
Oh, yeah. So I recognize this. Do I recognize what spell this is, or do I just recognize that it says breakfast?
It just says breakfast. You recognize that it is a spell, but it's not one that you've studied before.
Interesting. Okay.
As like I'm stretching and like getting the sleep out of my eyes, I'm like, oh yeah, should we have like set a watch? Did anyone stay up and watch, make sure we were safe?
No. I slept quite soundly, yeah.
It's
I did not watch. I watched the backs of my eyelids. Yeah, that's what I did.
Wait, none of us?
None of us. I had Valen, so if anything happened, I could feel him move. Nope.
We made an agreement for.
Yesterday was a long day, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, there was the dinner agreement, the one with the
None of us would
you
hurt
don't
each
fuck
other.
with me, I don't fuck with you, kind of thing. Yes.
I mean, I can't really say too much. I passed right the fuck out too, so I don't really know what to say. But
you know how she told us to not trust anyone, even her, and then we all immediately went to sleep and we're like, "This is safe. We are safe in here."
Yep.
Yes. So, what are we doing? She's not here. Is this 10 hours? Because I want to keep this. I like this and I want to keep it. I don't want her to take it. But also, I want to eat food and make some tea. So I'm going to start warming up the kettle, is the kettle and everything still there from last night?
Yep.
I'm just gonna get a little bit of a fire going so I can warm up some water and make some tea for everyone.
Easy, does the tent stay like this, or is it a spell within the tent?
I believe it is a spell, but I could be wrong. I had to study it for a little bit to understand if it is or not.
Well, time is of the essence.
Yeah. Dang it! Wait, yeah, I could do it. Oh crap! I need money. Let's see.
Well, if you need money, ask one of us for money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I need pearls, but I used up all my pearls for identifying things. So I have to use a pearl in order to identify what this is. Well, that's no good then. All right, but
just
I
pack it
might
up and
have
bring it with
something
us.
on. If my eyes don't deceive me, I think this is something that could help us on some nourishment. Yeah, and I open up the scroll and I read it. What is it?
Okay. So you're using it?
I could study it, right, and learn it. I can copy the spell down in my book.
I mean, you can take a look at it. It's going to take quite a while if you're trying to like copy it. You're actually, it'll also kind of depend on whether you can or not.
Right. Yeah. That's the other part. I don't know.
Just use the scroll. Easy.
I'll just use it. I'll actually be like, you only live once, yeah. I read it on there. YOLO. And then I read the scroll.
Okay. So you read the scroll, and it takes a moment. It actually takes about 10 minutes to work your way through this as you start activating the magic of this scroll. But after about 10 feet, you see on the table spread out in front of you, you see a feast of meats and vegetables and cheeses and bread and fruit and just about anything you could want. It is incredible. Way more than enough for all of you and then some.
We'll dig in, I guess.
Yes.
You're welcome, yeah.
Bon appetit.
Okay.
It's vampire food, but it's food nonetheless, yeah.
I want you to roll an Arcana check real quick.
Yeah.
Please roll well.
You know, please.
Natural 20.
Yes.
I really rolled a
yes.
natural 20 on this.
First roll of the night.
First roll of the night. And I have +7, so that's 27.
That's a preview for the things to come.
I hope so. Hope I didn't waste it.
Okay. So, with a natural 20, so you, as you're casting this, you start to get a better idea of what it's doing and what it is you're casting, and you realize a lot of this magic is honestly beyond you. This is not something you would be able to cast normally.
It's a good thing that I didn't try to study it.
Yeah, with the scroll's activation, though, you do start to get bits and pieces that you understand or recognize, and you start sort of making connections in your brain back to some time spent at the Tower of Knowledge in class, where you spent some time talking through different spells that are not typically wizard, or they're not typical of wizards. When they talked about spells that are typically used by clerics or druids, one of them was called a hero's feast. And
Feast.
you begin to understand
Extracurricular part of the Tower of
and so you also remember that it's extremely expensive to cast. It's a very complex spell. It takes time, but it has the power to cure disease and poison. you become immune to poison as well as being frightened.
Oh, shit.
And you make wisdom saving throws with advantage.
Wow.
You also will get to increase your maximum hit points by 2d10. And that lasts for 24 hours.
Are we
Who
each
rolls
rolling
the
that,
2d10?
or is it one roll by
Each,
Chris?
That's just for sake of simplicity. Just Chris, you roll them and
I rolled 2d10s.
yep, 2d10.
And that's the extra hit points we get from the next 24 hours, right?
Yep.
Yep. Come on.
Holy
You got this. You got this. You got
Roll
this.
that natural 20
10s.
again.
2 10s.
2 tens. 2
2
tens.
10s.
All right. Make sure I get the right one.
Yep.
Nope,
Come
that's,
on.
that's a D8.
Take your time.
Yep. Get it right, man. You're good.
There's the D10.
Yep.
And there's the. There's my. Well, no. There's my other D10. All right. 2 D10s.
Come on. You got this. 2 10s, 2 10s, 2 10s.
Ooh,
Let's
you're-
call that natural 20.
Tens,
Dragging
tens,
us
tens
out.
across the board.
A 10 and an 8.
Okay.
Yes!
Take it.
Woo!
That's 18.
So it's not. So
points.
these aren't 18 temporary hit points. It's an 18 increased to our max. Is that what it is?
Temporary. It's for 24
Okay.
hours.
But we still get
Okay.
the
All of these effects last 24 hours. So
But we still
basically, roughly when you wake up the next time after a long rest, like in the next morning, you're off.
But it's not
But-
like our max isn't increased. Our actual level is increased by 18 as well.
There's a
No.
slot for it in Beyond for
Yeah.
temporary.
Yeah, it's temporary hit points, but it is your max
Yeah.
for 24 hours.
You
But
take
do-
those 18 away first before you start taking.
Okay,
away
so
your
we
regular.
That's what I.
So-
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So we get
Yeah.
18 temporary hit points, and then but our max is also 18.
If your
higher
max
for the
is
next-
40, it's now 58 for 24
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Well, I finally broke 40, kids. Finally broke 40.
So just to confirm,
Holy cow.
immune to poison and fright, advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Mhm.
Is it
Yes.
wisdom throws?
Wisdom
So
saving throws.
saving.
I am now at 50. I can now max at 56 hit points.
Alan, how are you feeling after this breakfast? I know you were having some fatigue issues. Are they still bothering you, or
Was I?
dude, weren't you having some weird? All right,
What?
weren't you having some weird shit going on where you had to roll at disadvantages and stuff like that?
I mean, yes, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's about, and it's only for certain things.
I don't know. Because he said disease, I don't know if it's disease and curse. So
Well, and the
I don't
problem
know.
is that
No, just disease and poison.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, not curse.
Larry
Okay,
thinks he
I do-
knows what this is. Balin has no
Yeah,
idea.
I do have a question though. It said, I am reading the actual spell itself. It says up to 12 people or 12 creatures. If the horses eat food from this table, will they also see increases?
Uh,
If it says creatures,
yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna heal
Cool.
our-
Then I'm getting a big bushel of apples off of this table, and I'm walking outside, and I'm just like, "Good morning, my beautiful furry friends. You are each getting an apple from the table."
that's fantastic.
So,
the one time Stoke doesn't mind Carl getting an
Yeah,
apple.
Carl
Take
getting
the apple,
apples.
Carl.
Eat that apple.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
for you.
Your last.
Oh my gosh.
now, you'll probably, let's see, we'll have you do an animal handling check because
Oh no.
this takes it. So, one thing about this is it takes time to eat fully and get the full effects. It takes an hour. So,
Okay.
you have to basically feed these horses for an hour. And so, they
Oh.
also, and actually come to think, you have to basically persuade them to eat with you in that tent at your table. For
I can't
an
just
hour.
I just can't just give them. I just can't feed them apples.
Well, you have to feed
I mean, I'll
yourself
try.
for an
I'll
hour.
try. I'll
And
try.
basically, what's going to happen is the food's basically going to disappear, and
Okay.
so you have an hour and you eat it. But if you're wanting them to do it, they basically have to be eating along with you for an hour.
Mhm.
Okay.
which is a
Sora,
lot.
don't feed my horse without my permission.
Sorry, yes, sir. I was
Fine.
going to feed.
I'm going with you.
Okay.
I will assist her with my speaking with animals.
Yeah.
Does that help her on her animal check?
Yeah. Let's
Right. Alright.
It's not, that's something you just get as a stoic.
Natural 20. So that's a 21 because I only have +1 to animal handling. That advantage saved me because that other roll was a 12.
It's still not
Oh, yeah,
bad.
advantage. Okay. That's really
Well, that's why I was like, I'm going with you. I can talk to them.
And explain what's happening. Kids, I need you to eat for an hour.
Yes.
All right. So using
I will save my horses no matter what.
using stoic, to talk, you are able to coax the horses in, which takes some effort because it looks like a little one-man tent. So you have to. This is part of what the check was like. You have to get them basically down to get into this thing, which takes a little bit of work. But you finally get them in, kind of making the space suddenly feel cramped as 5 horses are now in this tent with you, which is large when there's not horses in it.
true.
It's okay. Keshi gets to enjoy the nice deliciousness of this feast.
Yeah. So you end up eating next to horses as they kind of go for food alongside you. As you guys take an hour to consume this incredibly delicious feast, and you start feeling those effects of just kind of courage, like you just feel a little more confident about facing all of this.
I feel like I could get hit at least twice more before going down.
So, if I understand correctly, we have until we leave this tent to talk about our plan. Once we're on the road, we gotta keep quiet. Is that right?
To my understanding, he has eyes everywhere, and I imagine they are magical in nature.
So again, once we're on the road, no planning.
We cannot give him any indication that we are saying or doing anything that is out of the ordinary.
Okay. So we're gonna pretend we're going through the front door as we're traveling down the road, and then once we get there, sneak around to the back. Is that what's happening?
I mean, I can find a million reasons why I need to step off to the side of the road for a minute. I need to go to the bathroom. I want to look at something.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I mean, but we're all gonna go with you, right? You're not going by yourself, are you?
No, I'm just saying that there's any number of reasons we could stop before we get actually inside.
Yeah.
To walk off the beaten path.
Yeah. Like I said, I just want to make sure we're doing the same thing. That's the plan. We're gonna find a reason to get off the road and go to the graveyard.
We
That
do know
is my
how to
understanding.
get to that graveyard, right?
Yes, she told us where it was on
They
the
just told
house.
us.
Yeah, she gave you a good enough idea that you're basically coming from the west, and it's on the east side, so you'll basically have to kind of circle around, to get over there.
So I think if we want to make this believable, and no offense, Easy, but we just let Easy lead us. It's completely plausible that he might get us lost, and because Greenwood knows us pretty well at this point. And so if Easy leads us, he's just full of confidence in his normal Easy way. And yeah, guys, it's this way. He could take us through it.
It's actually not so bad plan, yeah. Bad plan. I think it has some weight to it, even though I'm actually quite gifted in cartography, but I'll take it as it is, and sure. I'll lead our charge to the manor that ends up going a little befuddled. Yeah, I can totally portray that.
Easy, you did such a good job when we were playing our little bard troupe as an actor. You were such a believable prince. It is no wonder that you will be great in this performance as well.
Yes, I will be expecting a call from the academy after this one.
Sure, and I just look at Valen like,
It must be something where he's from.
He's never had the Wizard Academy? No? Okay.
What?
The Wizard Academy Awards is wow.
It's settled. If Easy leads us and we
That's canon.
Yeah.
If we call
Wow.
it and say, are we going the right direction? He can just, yeah, I know a shortcut. And
Excellent. So Easy gets us lost, and then we circle back around, and we have to go through the graveyard in order to circle back. However, we stop for whatever reason, doesn't matter, but we need to find a way to safely traverse the underground. If we can find somebody to lead us through the underground, I still want to get my hands on Filduna, and I know that Stoic has the ability to break the curse on her because you did that on Empress.
very, I do. I was very lucky. But
Yes. I'm just thinking out loud the options that are available here. I can if I have a general sense of where we are going, I can help get us through what will potentially be very, very bad traps and sneak us in as best we can. I will do my best to do that, but we are going to have to be fast, and we are going to have to commit to action, and we can't second guess ourselves or spend 20 minutes talking it through. What do we want to do? Are we committed to doing this? We are not
think
going
so.
to wait for the long con.
Yes, I think this could also potentially provide us with a way possibly to find information on Greenwood.
I want to
might be able
find anything we can get. If there's documentation
expose
in
him.
that house,
Yes.
if there are people with knowledge, I want information. And
mean,
I also
yes.
have maybe have a tertiary plan if things go amok and we need to run. I'm just saying.
I mean, exposing him was great, but I was planning on killing him tonight.
Well,
No,
it's a
we're
lot
going
easier
to-
to kill a king.
It's a lot
when
easier.
exposing
Yeah,
him as
it's a lot easier to
necromancer.
justify the murder of a king if you have proof that he was a bad guy,
Gotcha.
as
Yeah,
opposed to
yes.
we just felt like killing a king tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not a good look.
I see.
especially after we explicitly said not even 24 hours ago, whoever gets kinged, we are going to support them. And we are immediately backtracking on our word here. We are immediately undermining our own thing because at the time we were under the impression all of these were dumb but good people. They were just doing their best, making stupid decisions for their people. Turns out we were wrong. We were fundamentally wrong on every level. And now
Yes.
I want to see Greenwood's balls up on display. And we already know I'm a loose cannon. The entire country knows I am willing to cut off any man's genitals to prove a point. So if we want to
This is
just
true.
use my crazy card, I'm happy to use my crazy card. If you're going to call me a mad woman, I will be a mad woman.
Or maybe our ace in the hole.
I don't know if it's an ace, but there will be an extra hole when I am done cutting whatever it is I cut.
I want to kill Greenwood as much as the rest of you.
Sorry, what?
I said I want to kill Greenwood as much as the rest of you, but I need information from him before we do
I
so.
understand that. I understand
Please
that, and we will
Help me.
we will get what we need for you.
Mm-hmm.
We will not leave that house without what you need. And if I have to die to make sure that we have the information for you to be successful, then I will be the most attractive corpse you have ever seen.
What is asking you to die, Sora? I would rather prefer that you can.
Well, then keep me alive and I will keep you alive.
I think that if we go through the graveyard, we'll find enough incriminating evidence in there to prove that he is a powerful necromancer, yeah. Especially with the staff of Shazran is a piece within our findings, yeah. If we do,
Can we find it?
maybe it's a good chance. I'm sure that he can by since he is, so strong. If we deals with him, yeah, he's going. I mean, he has to deal with us. He's gonna have to use the staff in order to fend us off. Yeah, I think that's gonna show some of his true colors. Maybe not.
I just love your unbridled confidence. It's just
I mean that's the way as a wizard. If you're unconfident in casting the spell's not going to work.
the question is which
Oh, it's supposed to
spells.
happen.
It comes down to which spells, because if it's nothing but sparkles and rainbows, it's a very good spell. But then we are definitely dead.
It's like the spell I have is a hideous laughter. In the very beginning, I could not deliver a joke. Yeah, I was a failed comic. But now, I can make anyone laugh here.
I'm certainly laughing now, but it is not because you told something funny.
That's enough. That's enough. But that's just my sauce. That's just my sauce on this thing. I think we'll find enough evidence, and people love us. Yeah, where's the defenders of the realm? People enjoys us when we walk through the town. It's great.
It's true, but we are on a very precarious place in that because Greenwood is part of the reason we are thought of well, and
Yes.
our bard who hyped us up for a long time is currently MIA. So if we go awry, we don't have a hype man in quite the same way anymore. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
we just got to be smart. And I know that's a lot to ask from us being the Folly, but we got to be a little bit smart here.
Basically.
Crazy thought.
Yes.
Killing him may be the answer to the evidence. If there are many people under his spell that can't talk, and we kill him, does the spell end?
Oh, yeah. But I think so that's a concentration to keep that going.
And if that's the case, we may have all the proof we need once we kill him.
Yeah.
The problem with convincing people to buy into your bullshit is you don't have to spell everyone. If you are nice and convincing enough, anyone will follow you. Spell or no.
Yeah, but
I
she
speak
did-
from very personal experience. You don't need spells to make people follow you.
But Lady Interest told us last night there are others under his charm.
Yes, some, but she
Yeah.
did not say everyone. And
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
strong suspicion that there are plenty of people who would still be on his side,
True.
Right.
regardless.
But our reputation will be a lot easier to argue when there are other royalties who can vouch for us and what we say.
I am the most dangerous to our reputations.
And
So
it's-
if I need to be the one who falls on the sword of reputation, and I need to go into hiding,
I mean, that's not gonna.
I'm just saying, if it comes down to it, and there needs to be a scapegoat in order to make sure that the rest of you are believed and you are not all punished for this, I can scapegoat this.
We're in this together.
Citrus
Yeah.
called me a goat
Fine.
for a reason, and now I am taking on my mantle as the goat. I will scapegoat if you need me to.
Nah.
And
You're
I do not
fine.
say this lightly, because I will never take ownership for any of my faults. Only my wins and victories and what I won. So I love you all enough to be a scapegoat for you all. No one else. I need you to understand what gift I am giving in this room, and you should be grateful for it. So be fucking grateful for it, okay?
It is very appreciated, but punish one of us, punish us all.
You are all stupid boys, and I love you very much.
Oh, you just said we were stupid before, yes.
I know, but I was hoping you got a little bit smarter after eating. We are running out of daylight, and if we want to do anything before the official time to start meals, we've got to book it.
Yes, easy.
Let's go kill a
One
king.
question, since I know you are a dealer in magic, because the implication was that Greenwood had magical ways of keeping eyes on people. Is that right? Am I understanding that correctly?
I think
Indeed,
so.
yeah.
What would that?
Mhm.
Do you know what that would be? And is there a way to,
Shadow it?
or what if we can do that, or to be aware of it in non-magical way, or is it only like you can only be aware of this magically? I have no idea. I don't understand
It's
magic
hot.
that well.
I think that, I guess for me to maybe think of a couple spells, do I need a roll to figure this out, or should I just say a few things that are like within the first 4 levels of that I know?
I'm sorry, what's the question? What are you
Should
asking?
I roll to see if I can remember a spell where people can do surveillance on multiple units, or is it something that I might know within the first 4 levels?
It's
I mean, I
common
think-
knowledge kind of thing.
I think you would know at least that scrying is a thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I'll say either scribe or like unseen servant or something like that, where it's or something like or they create or I forget. Yeah. So I forget this other spell. So like you can cast to have like servants, like they're like set watch on things. They have like very low hit points. But I don't know. That's the only thing that he probably know.
So with scrying, is that something that you can only keep tabs on magically, or is there a way that we could be, I don't know, prepared for it in some way?
Yeesh. Let me see. I don't know. I didn't
Just figured that you being our primary magic user might would have that.
And the
that
one with the
knowledge.
most education.
easily.
The one with an actual education, because I sure shit did not get an education.
I'm trying to look at all the scrying options.
A few of us are homeschooled, and one of us got our education on the streets. So
Yep. And ladies who like to tell stories. I learned a lot through stories. Lots of metaphors.
Okay.
That's just imagine trying to learn about the birds and the bees when birds and bees were not the metaphor. That was a startling and terrifying experience. For years, I was terrified. It sounded like brutality. It kind of still is, and I wink at Stoic.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I think that everything I see here. I don't have anything on yeah, I'm fine with dang, I'm trying to remember. Only thing I can see on my notes or my spells is Unseen Servant. I don't have anything on scrying.
Well, would you know how to like dispel scrying or anything like that? Do you think would you have the knowledge to know how to do it, if not the spell to do it?
Stoic had scrying.
Oh, yeah.
So what?
Stoic had scrying.
Oh, that's right. When he was a cleric, yeah. Because he did that. We watched that room. Okay. Well, that is.
I guess.
Well,
Stoic, you actually say that? Are you saying that out loud that you had scrying? You know.
I did.
What do you know about it? Is it something that can be dispelled or
can't be dispelled? It doesn't work all the time. There's a chance that it can miss, and it's something that you do. It's not constant. Like I could look in people now and then, and I know that if they had true sight or see invisibility, that I may be able to detect that I'm scrying on them. I don't believe they could stop it. Not, at least magic I don't know about can stop it.
Wait, sorry.
So
you can detect it? Is that what you said?
You can know that you're being scryed on with right spells or true sight.
So it basically only magical means can see magical means. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was one of those spells that you might be able to see something non-magically or be aware
Either
of
way,
it.
I don't think we should waste our time trying to figure out how to see if someone is watching us. I think we should just assume someone is watching us. But you did mention that you can either see or hear, correct?
Mine, I had to choose between the two. I know that there's a lot of other similar spells.
So potentially he cannot do both at the same time, but let's assume that he does. Whatever we do physically, we cannot reveal ourselves, and whatever we say auditorially, we cannot reveal ourselves. We know this to be true, and we are going to have to fake it until we make it.
So
right.
business
By the
as
way,
usual. Okay.
yes. By the way, I got an interesting piece of paper beside my face when I woke up this morning. Did anyone else get an interesting piece of paper?
I did.
Oh yeah,
I did.
that's what I see next to the scroll. Yeah, I think it's from
Yes.
Lady Entrance. Yeah.
It's definitely from Lady Entress. I recognize the hand. Right? I recognize the hand from the other. Yeah. It is definitely Lady Entress.
Was yours as encouraging as mine was?
It was a little bit naughty. I mean, it probably wasn't meant that way,
that's naughty. Yeah.
but I'm not against it.
That's just how Asura takes. That's how you take things.
I take everything as potential flirting. I have that much confidence in myself as a person. I'm like, I know I'm attractive. I also know I'm a devil, so like there's a place for me in everyone's mind. I mean, I will read mine if you are interested. I don't know if these were meant to be private and not shared, but
I mean, I'll admit I'm curious, but if you want to keep it private, that I won't pry.
no, because I know you all don't like it when I keep things to myself, though I still like to keep some things to myself. But I
No,
will read
this is between you and interest. If you want to keep it that way, that's fine.
I will read it. So. If you have ever seen Nightshade in bloom, you can appreciate how I regard you. Beautiful and deadly. Do not underestimate yourself. Your enemy certainly won't. She was definitely flirting. I mean, that was obvious. She called me beautiful and deadly, and she compared me to Nightshade, and her order is all about Nightshade. So we obviously know she has a hit thing on me. It is fine. I understand.
Definitely. Well, I mean, yeah, like she told me, my dear bear, the only true good paladin I've ever known. You are too hard on yourself. I hope you continue to grow, but I hope that you never change. Very sweet, very, very encouraging.
Very true.
Am I too hard on myself? I didn't think I was.
No, just don't ever change.
Oh, okay.
And don't ever try to deceive people. It's not your thing.
Okay, that's fair. It is. Yeah, it was a good pick me up in the morning for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else want to share?
Mine was a bit of a warning, yeah.
Oh.
That was you, yeah. I strike a piece of something to light my pipe. And I smoked the pipe for a hot minute. For all your quirks, I suspect you actually have a steady mind. With that in mind, whatever you or the other feels about me, whether you believe my story or not, hold fast to this advice. Should you ever encounter another vampire, do not remember me and decide to give them a chance. They are not to be trusted. No matter how charming or even good they seem, they are not your friend. It is not in their nature. Even if your friends be swayed, I am trusting you to keep your head about this. I think that's pretty wise. I think Stoic agrees on that.
Very well. I won't get into details. Basically, she'll be more than happy to help us take down Wick. We're done with Greenwood.
That's good.
So, fantastic news to hear.
It's always good to have allies.
Yeah.
Valid.
But by Valen's letter,
Yes. Well,
it's the best for last year.
out of respect for her, I won't get into details.
Oh.
I feel like some of it is actually personal. But she apologized for betraying us or kind of playing with us. And I think that's probably all I'll get into. Valen's Larry can't keep a straight face. Valen's actually very just
Perception check.
Sora, you did not get the dirty one. Alan,
I obviously.
I want to know what it says.
Yeah, he got the dirty one, but I rolled a 9 plus 7, so 16.
It's it'd be insight, I think, is what you're trying to do.
Oh, and then I rolled a
Insight,
10.
do I roll anything? Or is it like
It
I mean, I'm not trying to be deceptive necessarily. I'm just.
No, I know. I just wanted to see if there's
Yeah.
like a blush or anything going. It was
Oh,
just
okay,
more
gotcha.
this.
Sure,
How,
no,
how naughty was it?
Considering who you're talking to, he would be pretty good at. I'd say the DC for him would be higher than 10 for that.
Yeah.
A
And
little
what
tricky, but
I will do, I mean, if I will read it for people, like for the viewers and for you guys to actually hear it, but like Valen's not going to spill the beans, I guess.
Right.
So I do want to read it for the viewers because I some of them actually want to hear it. So truly sorry if you felt like I played with your heart. I suppose I played with all of yours after all. But as I said, I will always be alone in the end. I admire you, however. My own monk training has helped me manage myself in a variety of ways, and your composure and discipline are an example to follow. Truly, I mean this. I envy any lady who may end up at your side someday. I may not have told you the truth, but it was not all lies.
Okay, Lady Empress, I see you, girl.
Yeah.
All right, this might be a little too much, but like monk sex would be pretty hot.
I mean, flexibility is a key component.
Okay,
so.
all right. Okay.
suddenly
this
the
going
tent
full
collapses and
Yeah.
smothers you.
The tent is like, no.
He's how many key points do you have?
Patient defense.
Flurry of blows.
They all
That
work.
was, yep.
You
You
ruined
leave Stunning
monks.
Strike until
That
the
just
end,
ruined
though.
monks for everybody.
Asur's over here just like evasion.
Oh,
You don't want to use step of the wind, though. That's not what you want to do.
Oh.
No, not so much.
Nope.
Engage.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, man. All right. Well,
Woo!
now that we're thoroughly befuddled, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
so is there
man.
anything else that you need to say? Is there anything else that is very important for people to say?
Yes.
I guess. Oh,
Let's-
last thing. We need to agree. We're not gonna kill Vilduna. We're gonna try and incapacitate her and convince her of the truth. That's our plan for Vilduna.
If possible, however, if she looks to be a problem, we take her out.
Yes. There's no.
I just don't know if she knows or not. And so I don't want to assume she knows. If we can play her, that would be ideal. But if it is just not in the cards and time is of the essence, we take anyone out who tries to stop us.
All right.
And
But I want to
so-
save Fagino. I want to save Fagino if he is
Yes.
if he is okay, if he has not been turned to whatever dark entity that the Greenwood is. I want to save Fagino. We put him in harm's way after saving him from harm's way. Plus he owes us a book.
He does.
And Stoke,
And
you
listen,
want us to...
I'm petty enough to want what I am owed.
You want us to incapacitate Greenwood so you have a chance to question them, or do you want us to just take him out? Because I know you are the one that want answer. You have the biggest part of this in terms
I
of
just
wanting
want to know
answers from
where
him.
Enwick is.
Yeah.
I don't care if we kill him because we already have that information, but if we can get the information out of him before we kill him. Best.
Okay. Well, then maybe should we all agree here that we will, if we don't get the information beforehand, we will try to incapacitate Greenwood, not kill him. At
I'm
least
fine with
until
that.
we get the information.
Yeah.
Unless this seems one-sided.
Oh yeah, if things
I'm
are
not,
just going
I don't want to put us
bad.
at risk to try and. We don't know how dangerous he really is.
This is true.
So I want that information, but not at the cost of any of our lives.
And if he's a necromancer, who knows what death will do to him? If it only makes him more powerful, or
Well, then we know that it is up to Bear to land the final blow.
Oh, the blade. Yes. I can do
None
that.
of us can do what you can do.
It's very true.
yes.
If you save the last few hits for me, I can finish it.
Okay.
And also, and I take off the robe of fashions. I feel like this would serve you better, Valen. You might be able to sneak a little bit more, and if you get caught, at least you can look like you belong with this magical robe.
The cloak of many fashions.
Yeah.
But it really just changes color and design.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're more stealthier than I. So if anyone needs to go off by themselves to look like they belong, it would work for you better. I would give
Like
it
you
to
could
a
change
serv-
the cloak to look like the colors of the guards of
Yeah.
of Arkhill. Like you can look like the people of Arkhill.
Yes.
It's not the perfect replica, but you could
Yes.
have the colors, and in
Right.
doing so, you are less noticeable because you are part of a palette.
I almost feel like it would be better for one of the guys that's not as stealthy, not as agile. But that's, if you guys want me to have it, I will take it and wear it.
Like me,
I'm
and then I make
I'm-
myself look like one of Greenwood's guards.
And also, if I get caught anyway, like, I'm done. Like, if they see me, they're gonna figure me out. So I might as well stay in the back and hide as much as I can, or I'm gonna fight my way in. You, however, if they happen to spot you, there's a chance you can get away.
Okay, well, I'll wear it then.
Before we
Fasten it
collapse
around
the tent, I'm gonna grab a piece of paper real fast and I'm gonna jot down a note in Thieves' Cant that says the enemy was under our nose and now he has been crowned. And I'm gonna fold it up and then I'm gonna write a second note that says 2 apples or she bites in Thieves' Cant. And when we go outside, I'm going to pull Stoic aside and ask him to relay a message to Keshi.
Can't.
Why not?
I can only send messages to those that have written in my book.
No.
Keshi.
Keshi's my horse. I need you to talk to my horse.
Sorry.
Yeah. not a dress up.
Not a dresser, Keshi, my horse.
Sorry. Yeah, no, absolutely. I can do that.
The horse puts a hoof in the book.
Yeah. And Bear still has my emblem, correct? The one I took off my emblem for the Defenders of the Realm. Bear picked it up.
Did you throw it away? I'm partly remembering.
I took it off because I was mad, and then you picked it up, and I think it's been in your possession since.
Pretty
I
sure you
don't
picked it
remember.
up.
So yeah,
I
I
actually
remember
think you
picking it
did.
up. I didn't throw it away. So yes, I probably still have
Okay.
it.
So I'm going to go out to my horse. I'm in my saddlebag. I'm going to put that note that says that in Thieves' Cant, and then when we dismount and take our horses away, I'm going to pin the 2 apples or she bites note with my defender's pin. And when we get off of our horses, I'm going to have Stoic tell Keshi to run back to the city, to leave me behind and run back to the city and just wait at the gate. And the person who gives her 2 apples is allowed to touch the saddlebag. So if she doesn't get fed 2 apples, she bites the person who tries to touch her. That's what I want to tell my horse. I don't know if this is possible, but I'm like, this is the only way I know how to tell my horse. Like, 2 apples equals good person. If they don't feed you 2 apples, you bite them.
I'll repeat the message.
Okay. I need someone aside from us to know this in case something goes wrong.
Okay, so you're writing these notes in Thieves' Cant with your Defender emblem, putting it into the saddlebags, and sending Keshi to the gates.
Back to the gates of the city.
With these 2 notes in the saddlebag.
Yeah, because the last I knew, Rolo was in the city.
Okay.
And if anyone can read Thieves' Cant, more than likely they're a bad person that will use that information for some way. But unfortunately, if it's one of the smiling men, then I'm fucked. But I'm hoping it'll be somebody else. This is just like a wild stab in the dark.
Hail Mary.
It's my Hail Mary, yeah. This could go awry. All I know is that Keshi will be gone, and I'll either be on someone else's horse to get home, or I'm not coming home. It's my Hail Mary.
Okay, so Stoic, you walk up to Keshi and you cast the spell to start talking to her, and you hear her go, "Oh, hi, hello, hi."
Makes sense.
Keshi's voice.
Makes sense.
I didn't know you could talk to me.
I can.
I'm just like
You
petting.
remember I
I'm
got
just
you to
petting
come
her the whole
into
time.
the tent.
Wow, that's awesome. Why haven't you talked to me before?
Well, kind of a new set of skills.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, the food was really good.
it was really good. And do you know where else they have really good food?
Where?
Back in town.
Which one?
When
What's a
we
town?
came, the place we came from, the place we've been for the last weeks. Do you think you could find your way back?
We've been traveling. We've been walking
no.
a lot for weeks.
No, Keshi's gonna be useless.
Yeah. You're gonna teach this animal how geography works.
This is gonna go south so fast.
We've been walking a lot. Wait, do you mean the place with all the dead people? I don't want to go there.
Many die, but they're not dying now. Because we killed the skeleton thing.
Oh, you mean the dragon that you were fighting? Yeah, that was awful.
No. Shit, our horses weren't with us when we fought the dragon. When we fought the skeleton. Sora,
Hmm.
I understand why you love your horse. But she does not understand much of where we came from.
Okay. All right. Well, can you tell Keshi that I love her very, very much, and we're going to do a lot of training?
I can. Eshi,
Yeah, hi.
good girl. They're there.
I
They're there.
I am. Thank you.
Okay. Well, so that idea was a proper bust. It's all right. I'm just gonna still keep these notes in my saddlebag, and if anything happens, they're in my saddlebag.
Stoke, how many people are in your book that you can talk to?
I will have to double check, but I think it's 3. I have 3 currently.
What? How many do you? What are the names? Who do you have?
I have Sora, Selena, and Lady Inthris.
Oh, so it's no point in talking to Inthris because she already knows the plan.
Well, and we don't want to
It's
give her
a
too many
different
details, and she, yeah.
Yeah. But I was saying we could warn someone else, but you have no one else in your book to warn.
Well, I mean, you've seen it. It's a big ask. Have someone write their name in it.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that was my sidetrack for the day. I apologize for the sidetrack. It was my Hail Mary, and we don't have a Hail to Mary anymore, so that is all right. And under my breath, I'm like, but if Stoic ever wanted to get married someday, I wouldn't say no.
It's time we get moving, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
I'll
From this
lead
point
the way.
forward, smiles and happiness for.
After you, Easy.
Let's
Knew the way, right?
take this tent down and
Hmm.
take it with us.
Oh yeah.
Do we know how to take the tent down?
I know how to take tents down. I
I
mean,
know how to do
I
that.
prefer to pitch a tent, but I can take it down too. And I look over at Stoic again.
Oh, no.
He's ignoring you at this point.
Yep.
All right,
Well,
sorry if you're
magic-
trying to do it. I want you to make a strength check.
I'm actually
Oh
gonna help her
no,
out
I
with
am
it.
not strong.
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna matter if I help her out with it, but I would be helping her out with it.
Okay.
Straight
Give me a roll.
strength, just like, or yeah, if you're stronger than me. I only have
Actually, am I? Well,
I only have a
If
plus
he's-
1 to strength.
I have a
Easy's
0.
definitely gonna watch
Oh.
because he's interested in seeing how.
Then
this
I am technically stronger than
You're
you.
stronger. Yep.
Oh, okay. That's a 15 plus 1, so a 16.
A 16. Okay.
Yeah.
It takes you some time because while this tent is a single person tent on the outside, when you start to like lift up or try to pull up any of the ropes where it's been staked down or pull up the edges of the tent, it seems to be fastened to the ground a lot tighter than it should be. But after both of you pulling and kind of counting off and giving it all your strength at one point, you manage to lift up part of the tent at the edge where it kind of meets the ground. And as you do, and as one of the stakes starts to pop up, you suddenly kind of get flung backwards as the whole thing releases, and you watch as this sort of flap of canvas just goes and then falls into like a little folded like canvas about that big with a rope tied around it. It just kind of falls to the ground.
This is so cool.
I guess we'll figure out how to pitch that tent later.
Man, Sarah's really good at pitching them. She just said so.
Yeah. So we'll leave her outsource it next time.
Bless Bear.
So it is going to take you some time, or at least an identify, to figure out exactly how it works. So we can figure that
So
out later. But
I'll open up my
Not a
bag.
problem.
My bag. Here's you go. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
I'll put that in there. Bag.
All right.
A tent of holding inside the bag of holding.
Like a TARDIS in there at this point.
It's a
It's
TARDIS.
The tent of pitching.
The tent of pitching.
The tent of pitching.
I mean, that is what the sir is going to call it from here on out.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
She
gosh.
won't rename any spell into the most inappropriate version of that spell.
Nope. Not at all. Not what she's done the entire campaign. Mm-mm.
Not once, not ever.
Nope.
Alrighty, I'm just going to then start performing my good mood of getting on our travels for the day.
Yes. Shall we away?
Away.
Zhao.
And we all
So-
follow easy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you guys make your way through the woods back out onto the road that you guys were traveling on, under a much clearer sky this morning as the sun comes down, just making times where you have to squint as the sun reflects off of fresh white snow as you make your way eastward towards Greenwood's manor. You eventually, as you travel, you see a few travelers, but you also know that when it snows like this, traveling is hard and typically a little bit slower. And so, because there's not exactly snow plows, so it is a little bit slower going. Fortunately, it's not so deep that it's slowing you down much, but it's enough that wagons are going to have a little bit harder time, and it would be really hard on horses that were trying to pull anything. And so you do see some travelers here and there, but it's a lot fewer than normal. But eventually, as you travel for several hours, you just passing the occasional traveler, you get closer to a place where you can see up ahead. You can see where the road kind of goes down the hill and kind of curves to the left a little bit, but in that curve you see kind of a turn-off point that goes it has a gate with a number of guards in front of it, with that kind of leads into a road with trees lining each side. That with the guards that are, at least from this distance, seem to be wearing the colors of Greenwood's men. So you pretty easily surmise this is off in the distance, probably the entrance to his estate.
If we take that road, it goes towards the front entrance. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If you continue any closer, you're basically kind of headed down the road in view of the guards and basically, going to run right by his estate.
Can we see the cemetery from here at all?
Cemetery's on the other side.
Yeah, no, not from here. It's even hard to see any buildings from here. This is, you get the impression it's a little bit larger piece of land. So right now you're just sort of looking at the entrance. You can see, basically the woods kind of stop and there's a big field to the right of the entrance. But there's woods to your right, which is kind of south of your position, and you might be able to circle around that way.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Should we?
So I'll announce. I said, this is what I remember an old quote from my uncle. Yeah, he says, "Follows your nose." I just go
into the woods.
And I'm trying to look like I'm distracted and like not paying attention to where he's guiding me. So like I'm just like looking at things and like talking to people about just like innocuous things about like the battle from the other day, and like wasn't it wild to see those guys, and like they're kind of creepy because they didn't really show any emotion, like just the things we all noticed and was like above board, everyone knew this wasn't secret information. And just genuinely trying to act like I'm not paying attention to where he's guiding me.
Yeah.
I'll say loudly and like rather uncomfortably, was your uncle Toucan Sam? He said
his name was not Sam.
Was he Toucan?
He did not have any fowl-like qualities.
Why would he have two cans?
Typically, yeah. I mean, I've seen him with one can before. It just had some soup in it, but
that makes sense.
But yeah, I remember this as a way to get there faster. Yeah, it's a little bit off the beaten path, but trust me, guys, I think I know the way.
We'll follow one can Sam's plan.
Yeah, his name was one. Yeah,
I think you're completely wrong. Even a stop clock is right twice a day, so.
So not wrong as that one. You're not wrong.
How awkward can we make this conversation?
Yeah.
Pretty awkward.
Keep going, man.
Yep.
The Folly are nothing if not awkward.
Yep.
All
their DNA.
Yeah. His name wasn't Toucan, but wasn't Sam, by the way. It was Wesley.
Wesley?
Jesus.
Yeah. It was Uncle Wesley one can. Wesley.
His name is Wesley.
No, it's Uncle Wesley one can.
Uncle Wesley, yeah. Uncle Wesley
one can Wesley.
Yeah.
So now
don't let him touch the dice.
Yeah. He had a lot of titles, yeah, but that was one of them.
I like that uncle. I like that uncle is a title.
Yes.
Yeah. It was for me, okay.
Touche.
So yeah, we're going a little off the beaten path here, along the ridge line, out of sight of the manor, if we can.
Trying to get around so we can get to the cemetery, right?
Yeah.
And while we're just like trying to be like bumblefucks going the wrong way, I'm starting to like just kind of very subtly check around us if anybody is in the tree line with us, if there's anybody walking behind us, if there's anyone sneaking behind us. Like I start to very like, while trying to look like I'm just looking around having a good time, I'm also actually tracking if anyone's around us.
Roll a perception check.
13 plus 7, so 17, 18, 19, 20, dirty 20.
Okay. All right. So you guys pull off of the path and kind of walk into the snow and woods as you start making your way around, trying to circle your way to the south, trying to stick to the woods and out of sight as much as you can. Eventually making your way around this field and trying, with Asura, trying to keep an eye on while keeping up pretenses. Asura, at one point, as you guys are making your way through, you do feel like you see some sort of movement a ways ahead of you in the woods.
I'm going to hop off Keshi while she's still walking. I'm just going to tap whoever is directly in front of me. I'm just going to tap their shin, and then I'm going to tuck into the woods and stealth.
I'll be the person in front of you. And I guess you hand me Keshi's reins.
Yeah,
So,
and just keep her walking.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to duck into the woods and start stealthing.
Okay. So roll a stealth check.
That will be... Oh, I get with advantage because of sound? Because of the boots.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least for sound portions, yes.
Yeah, so for the sound of my stealth, with advantage, that is...
So, no, just roll a straight stealth check for this, because it's basically stealth checks that depend on sound, which is not applicable here. So what was your original roll?
That was a 10 plus 8, so an 18.
Okay. So you start...
I just thought that the boots, basically, you can't hear the rustling of, the tree, the leaves.
Snow
the
and
shoes,
everything.
Yeah, because the shoes make it silent.
Yeah. So you start making your way forward as, through this sort of snowy forest area. And as you get closer, you start... You see a pair of human figures walking through the woods, and you eventually, as they get closer, you can kind of see kind of the flashes of the green and gold of Greenwood's men, and you can see that they're armed and they're kind of making their way through the woods here, seemingly on a patrol. And you can kind of, as they get closer, you can start hearing them talk to each other, just sort of stuff like, so do you think that means we're going to be part of the Royal Guard? I don't know, but do you want to be? It seems like a lot more work to me. Rather just stay here, take care of things with whoever the next Lord's going to be. I don't know, I mean, Mom would be proud. Maybe Dad wouldn't be so hard on me. You're 35. Why are you worried about your father's approval at this point? And you just hear them talking about this way as they're making their way closer.
Can they see or hear the rest of the guys? Do they notice the guys circling around?
Well, as they're talking, as they start getting closer to you, one of them kind of puts his hand out to stop the other, and is kind of looking at your direction and says, "Hey, what's that?
What?
You see that?" And the other one's like, "Oh, who goes there?"
He caught me on an 18. God damn it. Am I still in a bush or anything?
You're basically kind of behind a tree where there's some bushes there, trying to hide, but they're looking straight at you.
Eye contact, we're making eye contact with each other?
You get the impression they're looking exactly where you are.
Damn it. I'm just gonna put my hands up and just be like, hi, Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm totally lost out here. I was trying to find my way back to the main road, and like, I cannot figure out for the life of me where I am. Can you help me?
Roll a deception check.
I will roll
Oh
a deception.
boy.
I mean, I'm good at deception. That's a +8, so that's gonna be a 15 + 8, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
23.
23.
They sort of look at each other, like, their hands kind of on the hilt of their swords, still on their belt.
I've got like the cloak of warmth, like very bundled up around me, and like the hood like really tucked down.
Madam, how'd you end up out here?
I had my horse, and then my horse like got spooked by something. There was something, and she ran that way, and I just point the opposite direction of where the guys are going. And so I tried to chase her, and then she came into the woods, and then I got lost, and I knew I heard her somewhere over there, but now I can't find her, and I'm so confused.
And you say you're a guest of Lord Greenwood?
I'm sorry, I don't know Lord Greenwood. Oh, you mean the guy that has the big house there? No, I was passing through on my way past, but silly things happen.
Well, you not supposed. You probably shouldn't be here, but so we can escort you back to the road.
Well, could you help me find my horse first? I'm never gonna get anywhere without my horse.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh no, I'm not as good at persuasion. Please, God, please.
Come on.
14.
They kind of look at each other again for a moment, and one of them says, he kind of rolls his eyes, and he's like, all right, fine. You take her to the road, and I'll see if I can find this bloody horse.
Oh my God, thank you so much. You are absolute gems. What are your names?
It doesn't matter. And he just like tromps off, obviously like not happy. And
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make him upset.
He's just grumpy this time of the morning. He'll be
Yeah,
fine once
I
he gets-
understand. Well, what's your name?
My name's Train.
Train? That's such a beautiful name.
Not so much. It was, doing training, it was not so fun, but it's spelled with a Y, thank you.
Oh, that's so exciting. I love it when you find unique ways to spell names.
Yes, ma'am. Well, let's start making our way to the road, shall we?
Thank you so much. Where are the guys to me at this point?
He's basically kind of leading you back toward the road, so he's basically leading you straight towards the group where the horses are as well, not exactly in hiding.
Perfect. I'm gonna start giggling very loud in the path that they are, so that like they can hear me coming. And I'm like big old stompy steps, like stepping on every twig I can find, like making the most obnoxious amount of sound.
Which you find to be really hard to do because of your boots.
Yeah.
Not kind of muffling a lot of what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like, I'm like periodically like tripping and like grabbing twigs and like snapping twigs really hard. Like, oh, I'm such a klutz.
Yeah, be careful. I mean, woods are dangerous in a lot of ways. You really shouldn't
Oh my
be out here on your own.
Do we hear
Thank
anything?
you so much.
Roll a perception check.
Also, where are all of his? So where is his? You said he had a sword on him.
Yeah, and he's got a crossbow like slung to his back as well as a shield.
Okay, where is the buckle to his sheath for his sword?
On the front.
Okay.
Dirty
And where's
20.
the buckle for his crossbow?
It seems to be a strap that's attached to the crossbow, so that he can basically kind of like get it ready within a moment.
Cool. At some point, can I trip and try to sleight of hand like undo the crossbow so it falls off of him?
Well, it seems to be like a strap that's sort of, it's not buckled in the way like a belt buckle is. It's like a strap that's sort of attached to the crossbow itself.
Okay, then I will
like,
sleight of hand try to slice it with one of my daggers.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check.
It was a dirty 20, by the way, for perception.
19 plus 5, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Valen, you start hearing kind of in the distance here, like this kind of loud female cackle, just kind of echoing across the snow, which is sort of making everything quieter. So sound is traveling.
We can try to get the guy's attention, like, whoa, 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 whoa. And after we stop, can we see anything yet, or is it just we're just hearing the laughing?
At the moment, you're just hearing.
Okay.
But
at least stop us.
Okay. Asura, as you kind of fake trip and just whip out your knife, you just kind of just right behind his arm and take a swipe and make a clean cut on the strap. As he kind of goes to help you up and everything, you see the crossbow sort of fall down into the snow, and he kind of helps you up, and then it's like,
oh my god, I'm so sorry. And while he's bending over, I want to cut the belt of his the sheath of his sword, so his sword comes off, and like try to help him get it up, and then like trip and like pull the belt. I'm doing too much. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, trying to cut a belt is going to be a lot harder. So I want you to try.
Then can I grab the belt? Then can I try to belt buckle it? Can I try to like grab his belt buckle
as he's bending over?
Can she pants him?
Can I pants him? Is what I'm saying.
You can try with disadvantage.
Oh, I don't want to do it then. I don't want to do it. I'm doing too much. Okay, all right, fine. I'm going with disadvantage. It's happening. I mean, my lower roll was a 10, so my sleight of hand is a 15.
Okay. All right.
Did too much.
As you all right. So as he bends over and picks up his crossbow, you reach over, trying to take advantage of the distraction to undo his belt buckle, and as he stands back up, and you just see him go, no, I'm sorry, madam, no, I can't, no, I can't do that on duty. I'm flattered and all.
I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I misread all of these signals. I thought we had I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, you must think I'm I'm never like this. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You were so attractive, and I thought there was something here, and I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. I just have a wife, and I'm on duty, and I take that seriously. And
yes, of course.
It's dangerous. We need to get you back on the road.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But really, you're lovely and all. It's just me, and I'm sure you'll find someone.
Thank you. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I completely misread what was happening here. Oh my gosh.
So
I'm just hoping something happens during this.
Valen warned us about something was coming, right?
Well, heard the noise.
Occasional noises of her.
And it stopped everybody, and we just
look at everybody and go, no witnesses. We need to try not to kill them because they're still innocent.
Oh,
And I start to get off the horse, knowing that someone's coming.
Okay.
All right. Well, if we're going to try to take whatever or whoever this
I don't
is
know what's
out.
coming out of these woods, but whatever it is can't get back to Greenwood and report they saw us.
Yeah. I'll stay mounted for the moment.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
as
start.
you,
I'm gonna start stealthing through the woods.
okay, roll a stealth check.
It's been a while since I rolled a stealth check. 15.
Okay.
Wait, you're heading into the woods towards the noise?
Yep, trying to do it
Oh, I'm going with you.
on the sly.
Not very stealthy, but 17 for stealth on. No, I have disadvantage.
Yeah, it's just like,
4.
Clink, 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 clink.
clink, clink.
Sorry, man.
I really wish Valen was Chandler. Could you be any more louder? Be any more louder?
so as you start making your way forward now in a sort of awkward silence, as the guy is kind of like got this little bit of a frown on his face and he's kind of side-eyeing you here and there, not really helping you with tripping anymore, any of that kind of stuff. He's just very interested in getting you to the road now. And you see him at one point kind of look up and he goes, are those your horses?
Is one of them orange with black hair?
I can't quite tell.
I mean, it was just my
Seems to be
horse.
there's someone riding one of them.
Is there bad people? Should I be scared? And I immediately just start grabbing for his body to like protect me.
He's like, he basically like kind of stiff arms you back and is like, please, I need to have my wits about me. He kind of pushes you a little bit, like a few feet back, and
Okay.
like immediately pulls his crossbow out and is like ready.
I'm gonna get behind him like he's protecting me, but I'm taking both of my daggers out and I'm just like watching where the guys are.
Who goes there?
Do I see this? Do I see him shouting at me?
You see kind of a couple of forms in the woods. It's like through there's still like trees and bushes here at this point. So you're seeing that there are a couple of people there now. And he's obviously shouting at you, but that's about what you see.
Do I see his
close
crossbow?
Yeah, I think you get the impression he has a crossbow, yeah.
Okay.
How close are Valen and I?
Let's see.
I'm trying to do
Valen
as
took
much.
off and you followed a little bit behind him.
And once I get eyes on where they are, I start to try to go a little bit more around, like bounce between trees to keep out sight and not like going not doing a straight path towards them.
After you get about 50 feet away, you see him kind of whip his crossbow out towards Stoic, and you see him go, "Oi, stop! Who is that? Show yourself."
I'll pop out. It's a defender of the realm. What are you doing with that map?
I'm doing my job.
Harass women alone in the woods? I
Defender-
continue to move forward towards him as I'm having this conversation.
You stay right there.
Sir, do you know who I am?
Right now, you're a trespasser on Lord Greenwood's property, and I'm trying to figure out who you are, so you need to stay right there until we figure this out.
I am not trespassing. I am invited. When I heard young woman in distress in these woods, I came to investigate. And what do I find but you? With your belt halfway undone? Escorting her? What is your name, soldier?
Well, first, let me see an invitation or some sort of proof that you are what you're saying.
I pull out the champion of the realm or defender of the realm insignia.
You see him yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me with advantage.
You got that charisma
not
now.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, I do. That's a 16. So hold on, and then that's a 8. So persuasion. Oh yeah, now it's +6 now.
Yeah.
So that's that's 22.
Yeah, you got that
Okay.
charisma.
You see him sort of halfway lower his crossbow and oh, all right, defender. Listen, you're not supposed to be out here. No one's supposed to be out here.
Actually,
What are you doing out here?
We were invited by Lord Greenwood. He
He
told us
doesn't
not
invite
to.
people out into these woods.
No, we're trying to get to his house. Fortunately, our guide, not a very good one. While traveling in this trail, we heard the laughter of a young woman that sounded like she was in trouble. We are to defend this realm and every person in it. Now I ask you again, what are you doing?
I'm escorting the lady back to the road, which I can do for you as well.
I'm gonna tuck my daggers back in and be like, oh my god, thank you so much. It was so scary. And he was just, sir, I'm not that kind of lady.
This poor
And
guy.
I try to like basically just like fuck up this whole situation.
Listen, I don't appreciate what you're doing here, but listen, I understand I'm attractive, but you just need to. My wife is very beautiful, and I'm faithful. And listen, we just all need to get you back to the road. All right? You're not.
Why don't you
Close.
take us back
That's
so we can
the
find our
plan.
friends? Well, let's go. And I want to get as close to him as I can, and Sora, and walk towards Valen with the group.
Well, he's walking towards the road, and Valen is kind of circling to the side ahead of
Yeah.
him.
Okay,
I'm off.
that's fine. So Valen's still undetected?
Yeah, as far as we can tell.
Okay, well then I'll walk the Sora and him until we get within closer range of the group. I'm gonna ready. Can't use Eldritch Blast, it'd be too noisy. I'm gonna ready my mace.
Okay.
My intent is to wait until we get closer.
And
with
so
other
you're like
members of
taking
the
it
party.
out. I will say you can tell he's kind of eyeing both of you. Like he seems suspicious at this point.
Yes,
He's obviously mollified by seeing the defender badge, but something strange.
I will still pull all it out and go, I don't trust you. I'm not
Well,
gonna hide the mistrust.
Okay. He says, well, I'm sorry, I'm doing my job.
Yeah, well, you still haven't put a crossbow away.
While this
Well, I
is
hope you don't
yeah,
mind.
while this is happening, I'm gonna like scratch the back of my like head, and I'm hoping Valen can see me, and I'm just gonna double tap the back of my head and then point to see, hopefully like he's recognized, like knock this guy out. So it's like tap tap point.
I mean, do I see it? Because obviously I'm keeping eyes on everything.
I don't know what's
and
happening. I don't know what we're doing.
we'll say you see it, yeah.
Okay. If I try to sneak up on where everybody is now, behind the guard, behind us, or everything, do I have to roll a new stealth check, or am I keeping the same one?
Same one.
Okay. I'm gonna try it very quietly, and while I'm doing this, actually, let me double check one thing real quick.
Just because I know he has a non-fatal weapon that he can hit somebody with.
I mean, technically, you do too.
What?
The back end of your blade.
Oh, the back. I could pummel him. Yeah. Problem
Okay.
is that I'm having to put on. I'm trying to keep my charade going right now.
I'm going to concentrate and make the cloak, turn the cloak some kind of. So it's snowy right now, right? Like, is it mostly white, or is it still kind of?
But it's a mix of white and, of course, the brown of like trees and bushes and stuff.
Okay. I'm trying to think what would be better, whether it be to go more white or go more color, like browns and greens. I'm gonna go with like the camouflage browns and greens and slowly sneak my way toward them.
Okay. Meanwhile, as they walk a little bit, as you're sneaking up, you see him kind of also looking up at Bear sitting on horseback in front of you.
And I'm just gonna start. Oh my gosh, you're so big! I've never met a man that tall before in all my life. Like, just trying to just drown sound with the most obnoxious voice I can muster.
Is he with you?
I've never seen him before in my life, but he's so tall. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Oh my gosh.
Roll a deception check.
Oh no, I'm playing real fast and loose with this game. 18 plus whatever my deception is plus 8.
Gosh.
So 26.
Oh.
Sarah can lie. She knows how to lie.
So he turns and he's like, "Is he with you?" And looks at Stoic.
Is he with me?
No, he's
Not
asking
with
Stoic.
you, madam.
Oh.
He's with me. We are the Folly.
Oh my gosh, you're the Folly? Oh my gosh, I've heard so many cool things about you. I heard about the dragon. Oh my god, did you hear about the dragon? And I just start talking right at that guy's face, like just being as obnoxious as possible. It was such a cool thing. Like, I heard that like they did the dragon and then the dragon like died and then they did such a good job because then they also did this other thing and I'm just like rambling.
Valen, you are pretty close at this point.
Okay, and so the way that it's looking, I'm behind him, but Asura is now in front of him, facing him, right?
No, she's like on like one side, and he's now turned to Stoic on the left side.
So if I wanted to try to get Asura's attention, would I be able to do it without getting his attention?
You can try.
I'd be up in that dude's face, by the way. I'd be like, "Again,
I have
what
a
is
per-
your
I have a
name,
pa-
soldier?"
I have a passive perception of 17.
Yeah,
What did you roll again?
15, like you would see me.
Would that work or no? Also, I mean, I
so-
straight up signaled him, so I do know he's around. Like, I straight up was like my guy.
I'm gonna start slowly galloping towards this whole group.
And I'm going to kind of do like trying to get Asura's attention, like looking at her, just like quietly, but making motions, like, and then do I actually have?
Dumpster.
So,
It's terrible. This is awful. I pull the sword slightly out of my hilt, and I kind of do this to the pommel.
okay, if that's what you're doing, as he is like talking, you know, he's kind of listening to Stoic, but he's also keeping an eye out around him, and he sees Bear start moving up, and he eventually looks back to Asura, who's now looking in the bushes, and he follows his eye over and sees Valen crouched nearby in the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
Swing.
Yeah,
He
with
turned
this,
his back
I
on
put
me,
my
I
hand,
swing.
yeah, and I put my hand up to his mouth. I'm like, fuck it, and I just shoved my hand on his mouth.
Good lord.
Back of my face. I'm
Oh,
trying to
God.
knock him unconscious.
Oh.
All right,
Oh,
Stoic, make an attack roll with your mace, and Asura, I want you to do, I guess this would be a strength check.
Yeah.
But it's strength.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 1.
Oh.
That's a 17 to hit.
Okay. So as he looks and he sees Valen, and as Asura goes for his like starts lunging after him, he basically swats your hand out of the way. What was the damage?
6.
6.
Oh, goddamn.
He's a guard. They're not that tough.
As you hear him start to say something, as you hear kind of a crunch as the mace plows into his back, and you hear him grunt and then go, "Oi, help! Help!" as he turns and
am I close by?
And lets the crossbow loose on Stoic here for a 23 to hit.
Oh God.
I'm in close range. That hits.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be 10 piercing damage.
Sure.
As you take a bolt to the chest, as he lets loose into you as he's shouting.
So I'm galloping fast. I'm like,
am I also nearby? Am I really close to? Or
I mean, you're I would say you're probably about 40 feet away with Bear as Bear starts to gallop forward.
How close
I'll
am I?
gallop. All I have to go is 10 more feet. Can I do that and do an action or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go within 10 feet and I cast Hideous Laughter on him.
Okay.
I say the joke.
Jeez.
Before there was a crowbar was invented, crows had to drinks at home.
So dumb. So dumb.
you're right. Your comedy is getting better.
I'm telling you, it's getting a little better. That's a 15
okay.
wisdom save.
15 wisdom. Okay. So as you cast this, as he like lets loose the bolt, and you see him sort of drop it, and which just falls to the snow. Now the strap is cut, and he goes to draw his sword. You just see him go and just start laughing hysterically and loudly as he falls prone.
Yes,
rolling in the snow, laughing loudly as the sound kind of starts carrying across the snow.
I'm gonna gallop up to him, dismount, and then do the patented bear hug, and try and calm him down. Maybe put a hand over his mouth.
Which does not work, as he is now magically affected by this laughter.
Okay, so what is he basically? Is he? Well, I guess I'm gonna go up and I'm going to smack him, and non-lethal hit, but I'm going to take my my staff and just crack him across the face, because now this is completely out of hand and we have lost everything.
Make an attack with advantage.
Come on, baby. And that crit.
22.
Okay, what's the damage?
So that's 8. So that is 8 points of damage.
Okay. So as you take your staff out, as Bear is trying to hold him, you swipe down and just whack him across the jaw, and you see a spatter of blood and a tooth that seems to fly out into the snow as his laughter his laughter is just cut short, and he goes limp in Bear's arms.
Okay.
He's holding him. Is he down? Is he down? I can't see him. And I let him go, just let him fall.
Okay, we need to figure out what to do with him now. We need to tie him up and I don't know. We need to make this snappy though. We need to move because somebody heard that. So let's quickly.
I immediately make myself look like that part.
Okay.
Okay.
My bad, guys. I was trying to get him back. I thought we would all attack him at once to knock him unconscious, so that then we could go back and I could.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
While you just hide the body. Fine. Tuck it, hide it, do something.
Snow,
I'm
cover
gonna
it with
start
snow or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Is there any blood on the snow?
A little bit.
I'm gonna start picking the blood out of the snow and like.
I grab his weapons and put them on. Look more like him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start like clearing any blood off the snow and like try to erase any of the struggle space, like any of the struggle in the snow.
Okay.
Sora, was he alone?
No, the other guy went to go looking for my horse that direction. He heard. He definitely heard his friend.
I turn around and start looking.
Come with me.
Yes.
I'll go confront him, and then Easy can take his appearance.
Okay. Wait, we're going to attack the other guy too?
What easier way to get in if we're not guards?
Oh, fuck it. Okay, I'm coming with you, and I'm gonna bundle up again, and I'm gonna start stealthing into with him.
As they're leaving, I'll take the body and bury him somewhere.
And you two don't have to stealth because last time he saw you, you were with him, the guard, so you could just go together.
Yeah, but she sneak attacks him. It may be better.
I think she could still get the drop on him, even if
It's
he's not.
better if he doesn't. It's better if the guy said it. Honestly, if you just told him, tell him that you got me back to the road. But no, tell him that I attacked him in the intimate sense because I basically tried to put hands on him. Just you tell the other guy that I tried to put hands on him and I was getting really handsy. It's whatever. I'm gonna go into stealth mode now and go where the guy was going.
Understood.
Okay, so Stoic is dressed like the guy and walking straight.
I just dressed like I look. I'm using changing faces or whatever, or masquerade faces. I look just like the guy.
Right. And you're just walking in the direction you think he went.
Yeah, I'm walking back
from.
Yeah, I told Stoic to go back that direction where the last place I was in contact with those guys and which direction that guy walked.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stealth, like he's gonna walk and I'm gonna stealth near him. And like just ahead of him.
Okay.
And while they're doing that, once we get the unconscious guy taken care of, either
it is going to take you a little bit of time to cover up a whole body, and you know it's not going to be like fully natural, as most of this is just fresh snow everywhere. But after about it's probably going to take about 10 minutes to do a good job with it.
Awesome. And then after that, I tell the guys, like, we need to hide the best that we can. I know that's not ideal, but bushes, trees, wherever you can get behind, duck down and just.
Let's say do a to make it look like anything natural. Just do a survival check.
Actually have decent survival, I think. Yeah, decent. Not with that natural 2. It's a grand total of 7.
Jesus.
Oh
Jesus. No. Jesus, we fucked ourselves so hard. Yep. Well, that was fun, guys.
Yep.
We had a great time. We got
it was
positive thinking. We're not done yet.
Oh wow.
So you cover the body with snow, but if anybody
did Bear roll
obvious, too? Like this is disturbed snow.
I rolled a 17. I was helping with the body.
Well, let Valen roll with advantage then, if you're helping.
Okay. A little bit better. 13.
13. Okay. It's not anywhere near perfect, and you're trying to rush and hurry and whatnot, but you get it buried and try to smooth it out a little bit. maybe at a distance it won't be noticeable, but it's pretty obvious there's a lot of activity happening in this whole area. So there's a lot of footprints, there's a lot of everything, going on here. So
now we just try to hide the best that we can. At least that's what I'm doing. I don't know what Berenice are doing.
I should have taken the spell without a trace. I should have.
Yeah.
No, instead,
I wish we had a ranger here today.
Yeah, that's a really good spell.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Yeah,
Stoic and I are hunting for a guy running back for his friend.
Well, it's tough when the guard nat 20s his perception on
Bad.
patrol,
Oh
so-
lordy.
Okay. So Stoic is walking, Asura is following in stealth, the other three are just hiding.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So the four of you, so not Stoic, everyone but Stoic, roll stealth checks.
Okay.
Finally. 24.
25.
19.
Natural one.
I was like, we finally get a good stealth check.
That's awful.
You can see
Oh,
Easy
nat 20
kind of
then.
crouch.
Natural one. What's that?
Easy, you see as Easy tries to hide behind a bush in his bright red robe.
Mhm.
It's pretty obvious he is not hidden.
Yep.
Sketch of imagination. Stoic, why don't you make a perception check?
Wow, like a twig. It's like a twig, like right here.
Perception. That's a 7 plus not much. Nope, that's a negative. So that's a 6.
Oh no! Oh no!
Little did I know that warlocks are nearsighted. Just had no idea.
You take me to the optometrist.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So you walk kind of in that direction, roughly where you think that he went off to start searching for this horse and everything. I don't know how long you want to walk, but as you walk, you don't seem to see anything or hear anybody coming or any kind of indication of movement.
Yes.
Sweet.
I'll shout, hello. Trying to draw him toward me. Where did you go? Did you find the horse?
Okay. So you take a moment, shout out into the woods. Stop for a second to listen. You don't hear anything.
And I will head back to where I knew the group last was.
Easy's really easy to spot.
Mm.
I'm just over there giving him hints.
Found you.
You should have like got a bigger tree, Easy.
Oh yeah. Can I cast minor illusion? Is that a thing I'm allowed to do?
You can, yeah, 5 foot.
I'll cast like very like like a red bush. Because I'm just bad job hiding. A very red 5-foot cube bush that I just like hide behind on the minor illusion.
Looks like it's out Minecraft. Is that what you? A Minecraft bush.
That's
Yeah.
that's a Minecraft bush.
Much better.
So Stoic, after a moment, and Asura, you see Stoic turn back as you heard him shout and didn't get a response. You see him
As-
we're heading back.
I'm gonna watch his back as we're walking back, but I'm like eyes on everything around him because I don't want him getting surprised.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Because I also have alert, so no one can sneak up on me. At least not while I'm conscious. All right, that was my perception. That's gonna be a 15.
Okay. So as you kind of watch and listen, you also don't see anything or hear anything getting movement or anything.
Okay, I have his back, and I will fuck anyone who tries to mess with him.
Okay. So after a few minutes, you make your way back to the group where you see the square red bush in very plain view as you see the pile of snow where you assume this unconscious guy is under.
No, I don't. It's not worth it anymore. It's not worth it anymore.
No. Sorry, guys. I thought I had a plan. It didn't quite go the way I thought.
Well, not your fault. He was just a very effective guard.
I think my vote is to take this guy with us at this point. I don't think it's wise to. Well, if we leave him here, he probably knows too much. He's at least seen our faces. If he wakes up at any point before we get done with what we need to get done,
the guard finds him.
I mean, I hear you. I know it's kind of difficult, but we got to sneak while carrying a body.
Well, at this point, I think speed is our best friend.
So then let's not carry the body. Let's go quickly.
Well, we can put him on the back of a horse.
Boys, I can leave a message, and I'm going to. Does he have gloves on?
Dig him out of the snow.
Oh, I know.
I just need his hands. I just need his hands.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Just scar up another one.
No. Don't flay him, man.
I'm not gonna flay him. I just need his hands.
Okay, well, you'll have to kind of dig into the snow as they tried to cover up and everything.
Yeah. Not super great.
Further disrupting the job. But after a couple minutes, you're able to dig in and find, kind of locate a hand.
I'm gonna take out my dagger, and I'm gonna flip his hand to the back of his hand, and I'm gonna draw a smiley face on his hand with my dagger.
Okay.
I am playing a dangerous game because I'm about to anger these guys, and that's gonna really fuck me for a long time. I am in so much trouble. I have ruined everything. I am playing with fire. These are bad people, and I am scared of them.
All right.
Okay.
In my head, the Smiling Man has a room of hanging bodies of all the people that you've marked.
I know. I'm just like, I don't like this. I hate this. I hate everything about this. Why am I doing this? This is such a stupid idea. But I'm the Folly. So I'm just going to draw it, and then I'm going to put his glove back on his hand and then just kind of like half-assed cover it, like not even trying to make it look like anything.
I guess we just keep going forward.
We're gonna have to move fast now because
Move fast.
two things are
so
gonna
like
happen.
you are
They're gonna be on
guiding
high
us
alert.
now. You're guiding us now.
Yeah, they're gonna be on high
Okay.
alert when they find this, and I still think they're going to. He's got to know. He's going to know more than enough to ID us. But let's go. Let's move. Let's move. Let's move.
Sure, I'm ready to go.
They're fucked. We're so fucked. Oh, we're so fucked.
Okay. So, you start making your way through the woods.
Keeping an eye out for the other guard. I am. Eyes
Perception
everywhere.
check.
Oh,
Come on. Natural 20.
at least give me something. Nope, that's a 7.
Jesus! Why are our dice failing us?
Had like 3 nat 20s out of the gate.
Yeah.
I
oh,
know,
yeah.
and then we burn all of our good graces at the top
Yep.
with stupid shit like feeding horses. Ugh.
So, eventually, you continue on your path, trying to go through the woods, skirting the field, and making your way around. Trying to watch and listen. The horses are not—they're not loud, but they're not. It's not exactly quiet environment because they're horses making their way through woods.
Mhm.
So it's a big and clunky and makes it a little hard to hear, if anything was kind of moving in the woods. But you watch and don't seem to see any movement, as far as you can tell. So after a while of kind of moving through the woods, you eventually make your way around to the kind of east, make your way all the way around south and back up to the sort of, to kind of come in from the eastern side. Eventually, as you turn back westward to make your way toward the manor, you reach a clearing, what looks like an open field full of gravestones. As you look out over a cemetery, and then off in the distance, you can see hedges, kind of tall hedges, with an entrance with some stairs kind of leading down into the graveyard. Hedges, and beyond that, kind of in the distance, you see a number of large buildings, like very fancy, ornate buildings. And Stoic, as you're looking out over this, as you guys are kind of on the edge of this, looking out over this graveyard, kind of stopping to take in the surroundings, Stoic, you actually see at the corner of your eye Easy walk up next to you and say, "Well, this looks like fun." And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh no!
Oh, it's not me, Stoic. It's not me.
No, I know exactly who that is.
I know.
Yep.
We do.
Well,
I think it's one of two people.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. Is it? Do you think it's Felduna?
Well, the voice
No.
almost made it sound like fairy.
Cithrus?
dude, come on! You know
There's no
who
way
this
it could
is.
be.
You
I know
know
it's
who
gotta be
this
the
is.
devil,
It's the.
but I don't want it to be the devil.
Is it gonna be the devil? Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be the devil.
Yep.
Damn it! It is Bolgash.
When Hundy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. This is gonna get
Well,
interesting.
what started as a strong time for us quickly dissolved
Indeed.
into that fiasco. So, yes.
Dude, that was totally on me. I did not see it going that way. I thought you guys were gonna like hold action, so we all hit him at once to knock him unconscious.
I was trying to get Asura to use that sneak attack because that can be.
I couldn't because I was staring right at him. Like I was trying
Well,
to.
you were
keep-
He
behind.
was
at one
very
point.
aware of her presence. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get sneak attack if I'm like straight up like, "Hi friend, how are you?"
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess there's an adjacent enemy. but it would've been
Mechanically,
tough
I
in that,
could. Mechanically, I could, but I couldn't justify it like
Yeah.
socially.
It was more when he was distracted by the conversation, but yeah.
All
right.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
We'll-
That's a word for it.
we'll-
Hey, we didn't kill anybody.
Well, he
We
left
should've.
before he got knocked out, so maybe he's like, "Oh, he's having a good time," and they just like ran away.
Assuming he doesn't suffocate into the snow.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh no!
Took a
So-
strong.
All right, so we'll take about a 10-minute break, and then we will come back to see what happens next.
right.
So be right back. All right, welcome back. As the party is in the process of trying to sneak in this back entrance of Lord Greenwood's manor, and as they make their way after some interesting encounters with some patrolling guards, make their way to the edge of the graveyard. As they pause to look out over the graveyard, Stoic sees out of the corner of his eye, Easy walks up to him. And we're going to pick things up as he says, "Now this looks like fun."
Insight check. That's not how easy.
Oh, you know this is not Easy's voice.
Okay. No insight needed. What are you doing here, Polgash?
Well, I thought I told you I like to check up on things every now and then.
Look around and see if everything's frozen.
It is.
Shit. Okay. And
And this looks like fun. What you up to?
We're just on our way to have a talk with a friend of ours. Or what we thought was a friend.
Tricky things these humans can be.
Yeah.
I saw your little handiwork back at the other city you were in not too long ago here.
Oh, you mean us saving the city?
Sure.
Well, we do what we can.
I do have to say, and he sort of like walks in front of you, sort of a little bit out into the graveyard, but still kind of like keeping eye contact with you. And you notice as he's walking, he actually doesn't sneak into the snow. And he says, you are an interesting one. You just always seem to have your nose in something. What do you think that is?
To be honest, I really wish I knew the answer to that, because in my perspective, I always seem to find myself in the middle of someone else's mess.
Sounds pretty annoying to me.
It does. I once found myself face to face with a double because I signed something I was unaware of. And there you go. I'm right in the middle of someone else's crap.
Sounds like you should pay a little more attention to things before you sign them.
I'm trying.
Or maybe just don't break the contract. But then again, it's like, you can't exactly play the victim here. Because if I was having this much trouble with things that weren't really worth my time, I certainly wouldn't be running toward it. As he kind of turns and looks at the estate behind him.
Not wrong.
Well, maybe you're enjoying it. My little ears tell me that you're gaining quite the status in this little backwoods country.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I guess you're just trying to work your way up in the world, I suppose. I can understand that. So, going after the new king is your next deal?
It's not him I'm after.
Oh?
Someone he knows the whereabouts of. And I don't understand how any of this is your business.
Oh. Well, it's very simple. You're mine in just about every sense of the word, and therefore it's all my business, as much as I want it to be, at least.
You also said that I could do whatever I wanted.
Sure. And I think I've let you do everything you wanted to do so far. But I do take an interest in my servants, and I do like to know what's happening occasionally, because maybe there's interesting opportunities that come from it. I thought it was time we had a little chat anyway, so maybe we can help each other out here. I mean, I imagine whatever you're doing here has something to do with that gigantic skeleton and all the little troubles that this country's been facing for a while, which means you're about to face somebody, kind of nasty. Am I right?
It's yet to be seen, to be completely honest. We don't really know what we're walking into.
Well, I could give you a little bit of a help.
You don't give anything for free. What is your interest in this matter?
It is so true, you know. Well, like I said, I thought it was time we had a little chat anyway, and obviously I won't look for payment at this exact moment, as you seem to be a little busy. But listen, you know that I have obligations that I have to fulfill in my position here. Mainly, just to be straightforward, I have souls, a soul quota that I need to meet for this rather unpleasant war that we're all in the middle of, that you guys just like to forget about. And I'm just saying, somebody with a growing reputation like yours could be awfully persuasive to help me get some new servants. I heard, just kind of taking a look at things, seems like you're not able to make full use of one of your weapons anymore.
Yes, but I gave that weapon as a gift to a friend.
But you still have a mace on you.
Yes, just an ordinary mace, I do.
Well, I could make it quite a bit better.
And what would that cost me? Because I seem to be quite in debt to you as it is.
Well, sure. I'll tell you what. We'll start small. If you can get me... I'll name a time and a place at some point here, and you'll get me 3 people who agree to serve me. We'll say within the next month of your time. If you do that, if you agree to do that, I'd be willing to let you have this weapon now as a sort of, we'll call it an advance. If the month comes and goes and you don't meet your quota, I'll take it back, along with that little pendant I gave you.
And if I refuse?
I'll be disappointed.
I'm afraid you may be disappointed.
I guess you don't want to win very badly, do you?
Oh, I want to win, but it's one thing to give myself to my friends. I will not pull innocence into our agreement.
Well, who said they had to be innocent? Frankly, I don't really care who you bring me. I can make use of all kinds of people.
Yeah, I won't bring others down with me. I've made my mistakes, and they're mine to pay for. I won't condemn anyone else to this fate.
I can promise you don't have to trick anyone. They can know exactly what they're getting into. And I think you've seen from me, as long as you're talking to me, I'm pretty straightforward about things. Like I said, I am pragmatic. And there are lots of people who can benefit from me the way that you are. And I'd like to understand why you are so self-righteous as to think you get to benefit from my power while forbidding others to make that same choice. You're not even giving them the choice. How many people don't have other options that I could help?
But I didn't have the choice. Well, I guess I did have the choice, but not for my soul.
Well, of course you did. No one made you sign that contract. No one could have made you sign that contract. It's against the rules.
All I can say is, the deal as is, I can sleep at night. And I'm not going to make decisions make it so I can't. And I feel that bringing others to you is something I couldn't sleep with.
How selfish.
Selfish. Selfish me really wants a new mace.
Well, I do mean selfish. And he sort of continues to pace, like kind of circling you as he is wont to do. As he kind of comes around and he puts his hand on your shoulders and kind of leans in close. And I said, I mean, selfish towards, say, a peasant woman with a husband who's just way too cruel, who I could help and give her the power to get herself out of that situation. I mean, a little beggar child who wouldn't have to turn to someone like the Smiling Man to get himself into a better situation. I mean, a noble who wants to do good, but it just keeps getting held back by all these bad kings. I think if you used your imagination and were a little more willing, you'd probably be willing to think of all kinds of people who could benefit from this sort of a deal.
What happens after you help them? They belong to you like I do?
Well, the specifics of the deals differ depending on the individual and what they're asking for.
Still no. Deal as is. You've given me power in return for me forsaking my God. You stole my soul, or giving me an opportunity to get it back. If I find this necklace, you'll know when I see it. Those terms I'm okay with. Nothing more.
All I'm saying is that you present them the choice. And if you're dedicated enough, and creative enough, I guarantee you'll find all kinds of people who will find that choice very interesting, life-changing even. But if you don't want my help in this little endeavor of yours, well, I suppose you can just remember it if any of your friends happen to die along the way.
If I say yes, I have a month.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a month to get 3 yeses, or do I have a month to get 3 propositions?
Well, a month to get 3 yeses. I'm not interested in someone turning me down.
Like you said.
And he kind of lets your shoulders go and walks around to the other side in front of me. He's like, it's sort of like any merchant. You know, you try to sell your wares, and not everyone who hears you is going to buy. But if you do it enough, you'll find enough to make a living. Maybe even get rich.
Why don't you let me see this mace and we'll see what happens?
Oh. Well, let me see yours.
I hand him my normal mace.
Okay. So he takes it in his hand and he kind of looks at it and he flips it up into the air and catches it with his hand again and he's like, it's pretty boring. And he gives it like a little bit of a shake, and you see the mace take on a darker tone, like this kind of dark charcoal tone of color. And with that shake, you hear just a very faint hiss as you see cracks of what looks like lava like appear all the way up the handle and through the mace. He's like, that's a little more interesting. And he puts it up vertically and then lets it go in the air and steps back as you see the whole mace from like the top of the handle up suddenly lights up with fire. And he says, this little baby is, well, let's just say it's really gonna hurt when you activate it like this. You'll be able to burn down anything standing in your way. And this sort of mace, well, you can't really ascribe smart to an inanimate object, but let's just say the magic helps you know where to strike a little bit better.
And if I fail, take it back.
Well, since this is an advance, you haven't made the payment yet. We could wait. If you want to wait on and get your 3 souls and then take it, then I'll give you the mace, even trade. But since I'm offering it to you as an advance, if you fail, then I'll also take the pendant back that I gave you as a sort of layover fee. Almost like a loan with interest. I just figured you might want this on this little journey that you're on here.
Turn back and look at my friends. And I agree.
Excellent. And he takes it and the flames go out and he flips it and he like to the mace side, like in his hand, but it doesn't seem to pierce it as he hands it to you.
Well, I've come this far.
See, I knew deep down somewhere in there is a good head on your shoulders. And I like someone who can think reasonably and rationally in these situations. And like I said, this is a mutual exchange, and as long as we keep it mutual like this, we can benefit from each other for a long time. So, you have fun with that, and we'll talk soon. And suddenly, Easy, you find yourself standing in front of Stoic, facing away from the graveyard with your hand on your chin, not knowing how you got there. And everyone else sees Easy suddenly in front of Stoic.
It was a great talk, Easy. But next time, make the bush round.
Right. Yeah. Huh. So, where's that gargoyle? And I just like really out of sorts. Like, this is not normal for me to feel out of control. Like, I'm very uneasy.
Like waking up and sleepwalking.
Very uneasy right now.
Yeah, you were very uneasy.
I am gonna insight check Stoic there.
Yeah.
For 5.
Okay. Stoker, are you trying to deceive? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I was trying to play off while Easy was in
Okay,
front of
yeah,
me.
roll a
Like, we just
deception
got Okay. That's 17 plus 6.
Yeah.
If you rolled a 1, I would have gotten you, but that's the only way.
I mean, yeah, Bear, you just feel like Easy is just being easy. Yeah, and just being weird.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Okay. Well, we have to go, so let's go ahead and start doing what we have to do here.
Oh, we should probably.
I don't even know why we stopped.
I don't know either. Let's
we
go.
We should leave the horses, or should we take them with us?
I'm probably gonna have to leave them. I don't think they're going to make it very far in the crypt or where whatever it is we're going into.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Stoic, can you tell them just to kind of walk back into the woods and just find a place to just hang out?
It's here.
God damn.
Okay.
Oh.
Swear to God, Stoic. I mean, I don't know what you said to
No.
him, but
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
don't
like,
know what I told him.
I'm just,
You just heard a
I
bunch of
don't
whinnies
know.
and nays.
I'm just like, I'm like, okay, sure. All right, boys, let's find the entrance. And I'm just gonna slowly start kind of hugging towards that hedge. You said there was a hedge.
Well, across the graveyard, like on the other side, like quite a ways away, is the hedge
Gotcha.
dividing the courtyard from the rest of the complex.
Okay, I'm just gonna start like wandering kind of through the gravestones in like a not straight line. Like just like looking
Okay.
at different gravestones as I'm like meandering towards my destination.
I mean, I guess we're following her,
Yeah,
trying to
I'm-
go step for step where she goes.
Yeah, I'm fine. Find the gargoyle.
So you step out into the graveyard as you start making your way through past all the stones, which you notice look, for the most part, very old. It looks like this is a very old graveyard. And as you start trying to follow Asura's steps, kind of making a kind of wide swath of movement from the snow behind you in this sort of single file line, winding line, kind of making your way through, having no idea if you're stepping on graves or anything, but making your way past like some graves that are small, some that are large and have statues on them. But eventually, it doesn't take long to notice kind of a particularly large crypt in the middle with some statues on either side of the door leading inside. Clearly larger than anything else, which seems to match the description that Indris gave you. And you make your way through this graveyard sort of tensely and alertly, trying to watch, basically walking over graves of a necromancer, walking very conscious of the dead bodies all around you. But you make it to the doorway of the crypt without any seeming incident. As the sun kind of is high in the sky around noon at this point. You find yourself standing at the door between two large statues that look to be Knights of Doria.
Really? Interesting.
You're here before the door.
Where's the gargoyle?
There's no gargoyle. There's this is basically like a large kind of stone crypt, like building with a door. Like
Didn't you say there was a
stone-
gargoyle at the entrance, or did
There are
you?
two statues that look to be Dorian knights on either side of the door.
Why did I think gargoyles?
I thought it was gargoyle. I've said gargoyle several times. I
I
thought
so
that
too.
Didn't she say gargoyle?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Can
I see myself now.
might be a gargoyle?
We're hung up on the gargoyle.
Listen, I didn't watch that cartoon show for nothing. Are there gargoyles?
Wow.
Where are the
That's part of my
gargoyles?
childhood.
You must have misheard that. I swore I heard the same thing too.
Maybe she just said statues.
Well, I'm gonna check for traps if anyone wants to speak to these things.
You can search the crypt around. You can like walk around it too if you feel like it.
I'll do an investigation check.
Baird, I know that. Aren't you kind of like big with the Dorian stuff now, or
Well,
you got like?
Stoic lent me his Dorian mace, so I mean, they're a paladin order and a paladin.
Maybe you can see something on here that we would miss.
Sure, yeah. I go do an investigation check.
Both of you roll investigation checks.
I got an 18.
Ooh.
I got 22.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
Or just
So-
looking at some statues.
And with that, you look over it, and like everything else in this, it seems to be a very old crypt, a very old building. You can see a lot of, like, everything in this graveyard seems to be weather worn and just very, very old. Which it occurs to you makes sense, seeing how Karandia's tradition is to burn the bodies. At least it has been for a very long time. You kind of make your way, kind of walking around this crypt and just seeing some carvings that have mostly worn down, make them hard to kind of read or see what they might have said at one point. And but you see some kind of ornate decoration kind of carved into stone, kind of all around it. And as you don't see anything of particular interest as you make your way around back to the front, and then Bear. As you walk around to the front, Bear, you see something kind of catches your eye, and you look behind the statue on the right, just down below, and kind of hidden behind the platform that the statue is on, and the edge of the thing, just down below it, you see what looks like a painted, like more freshly painted in red, what looks like a kind of gargoyle symbol.
I call Asura. Asura. I think I found it.
Can I start checking for traps?
Sure. Roll investigation check.
That is going to be a 13.
Okay. As you take a moment and kind of examine the door and look over the crypt, I mean, there doesn't seem to be any obvious traps.
Oh, sorry. go ahead.
Then I'm gonna. Yeah. No, you go.
I was gonna look around at everyone, and I put the staff down. I say, "Is there one ready? Yeah.
What?
Speak, friends, and okay, never mind." But I was gonna say the phrase.
Is that what you got your WA nomination in?
Yeah, that's what they is number one in improvisation. Yeah, but for the truly powerful, death is nothing but the tool.
Roll for accent. No. Does the magic understand the accent?
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't quite get
Siri.
that.
Oh, Mom, no.
So as you say this word, you wait, and there's silence, and then you hear a slight, as you see the door shift and open, and reveal stairs going down into darkness.
Before we go down, I'm gonna pull out. I think I have just a regular torch or a hooded lantern, and I'm gonna light it.
Gotcha,
Okay.
Jeff.
Dark vision.
Pop the orbs.
Ooh, nice.
Who does not have dark vision?
Oh, I don't.
Just
I'm-
The human-esque boys.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got
So me,
light
so
orbs.
Sir and I should be in the front line then, probably checking traps.
Yeah.
Oh, Syrah's definitely gonna be in the front.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
I mean-
confused.
Still like, hey, I have dark vision, but I still like orbs.
It helps. It always helps.
Did you light my torch, or did you make something better? What'd you do?
He did the orbs, those glowing orbs.
Like the dancing
four glowing
lights.
orbs are floating around us,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
like lighting the area.
Gotcha.
It can move up to, I think, like 20 feet in front of me.
Maybe we keep them kind of centered around us for the time being.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'll step in first and I'm gonna check for traps. Like literally I am like the anxiety ridden, touch everything, make sure there's no traps anywhere now, like mode.
Roll a perception check.
That is going to be 19, because that's 12 plus 17, 18. Yeah, 12 plus 7 is 19. About half a second, I thought I counted on.
So you make you guys head down the stairs with Asura and Easy in the front.
I'll take the back.
Okay, I'll be in the middle.
I'll take the middle with Valen holding the orbs.
You make your way down the stairway and into the darkness. As you can see, it's basically mostly dark down here. But with the aid of the light, you go down a little ways down the stairs, and eventually reach the bottom of the stairs, where after just a few feet of hall, you see it opens out into what looks like kind of a large, like a domed or half circle tunnel, like that just is probably 40-50 feet across, that just goes straight ahead. And
I don't know if I told you any of you lately, but I hate catacombs and I hate underground scary places. I don't like these places. These are not good places. You said it was like 40 feet ahead?
no, like 40 feet across, like 40-50 feet
Okay.
across. Like it's a very wide, very large tunnel.
Are there any like pebbles or anything on the ground near my feet?
Yeah, very small ones. Nothing big. It seems to be like just mostly sort of flat earth, and at the moment, mostly just kind of flat earth, with some there's like little pebbles here and there.
I'm gonna just scoop up a couple of the pebbles, and I'm gonna cast them straight ahead, like in front of us, and see if like anything makes unusual sounds or anything moves in unusual ways from how the pebbles should, in theory, roll in front of me.
Okay. So you take the pebble and you toss it in ahead of you into out of the edge of the light, and you just hear the little like it's kind of muffled because it seems to be hitting dirt, but you're hearing a little bit, and you're just enough to just hear like it's pretty obvious that it's like the tunnel continues. It's not reflecting off of anything in front of you. Give it a second, and nothing seems to happen.
Stoic, can you send 2 of your orbs out?
I really don't like you telling me what to do with my balls. Yes. And I'm because I can move them up to 60 feet away from me as long as they're within 20 feet of each other. So I'd have to do like a chain to get out as far as 20.
Okay. So you basically kind of send them out in a chain in front of you, getting out to about 60 feet in front of you, and it just seems like the tunnel just continues on.
What about on either side of us?
It's dim at this point. It's like kind of dim. It's just enough that you can, especially with dark vision, you can see that it's just seems to be the kind of domed edge of the tunnel, continuing on as far as you can see.
I just take a deep breath and I'm just like, dexterity, don't fail me now. And I'm going to very delicately walk straight ahead, and I'm just like, I'm on high alert.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I guess before we leave,
Yeah.
I am going to use my divine sense one time. Check for like evil things.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's 30 feet, right?
Everywhere around us, all the places.
all bad.
It's
All
30 miles,
all
right?
bad.
It's just 30
Yeah,
miles,
30
like in all
30
directions.
miles of the worst.
I guess so. It's like, how does it work? Is it like it only works for like a few, like I turn it on and it's for that 1 second, and then I gotta turn it on again, or does it last for like a minute or two?
I
Should
thought it
say
was
on
like 10
there.
minutes.
Well, it's like a cast, and then
Yeah.
you
Uh-huh.
basically activate it, and that's a usage, which is your
I should
you've got
say
4, I
under
believe.
Yeah, it says
Mhm.
by the end of my next turn. They do it turn by turn basis, so I guess I gotta turn it on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
basically like you could think of it almost like a ping of like a sonar or something.
Huh.
So it's like you can kind of think of it like that, where it's like you're getting a
Okay.
brief like feeling for a few seconds of what's around you, and then it fades.
Because this
Alright,
isn't
so-
detect good and evil. This is something different than that.
It is. Well, it's called divine sense, but the description is detect good and evil.
But it's not like the
Actual
the
spell.
hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the spell
Yeah.
that like allows you like 10 minutes of like self-awareness.
You're right.
This
So
is
it's
knowing the location of a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. That is
Yeah.
not behind total cover.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on, and then once I move 60 feet, I'm going to ping it again. I'll do that 4 times, as long as like we're still in this tunnel for those 4 times.
Okay. All right. So you guys slowly start making your way through this tunnel as you clutch your holy symbol and reach out for this kind of 60 feet, which kind of gets to the edge of the light in front of you. Well, I guess it wouldn't if it's backwards too. It's only about halfway through the light. You don't feel anything or sense anything as you move forward. As you continue to slowly walk forward with Asura in the front, as you're kind of looking out through as the orbs of light kind of lead the way in front of you. Eventually you reach another point where you cast it again. Still don't feel anything.
Okay. Every time I tell the guys what we're doing, I just wait a second. All right, we're good.
You continue on as you kind of get further into the tunnel and start to kind of feel not claustrophobic, but just aware of this sort of underground, and you're it's sort of thankful that it's not a smaller tunnel, because it would feel worse because it is quiet and dark and a little bit colder than even the snowy outside where you just were. And obviously being on high nerves on edge situation as you reach the third kind of point where you reach out again and don't feel anything.
All right, I'll do it again one more time.
Continue on, seeming this tunnel kind of still seemingly continuing on for who knows how long in front of you. As you continue on, you see as the lights move forward under them, you start to see stones. What looks like a little bit larger stones, like white stones. And you see these sort of white stone kind of appear in front of you and sort of get larger as the light continues on and reveals more. And you see them kind of like curve off to the side, and then kind of wind back across the hallway, and kind of continue out on into the dark beyond what you can see. And you make you kind of get closer to this kind of line of stones as you reach out with your divine sense again, and you feel something.
Do I know what it is?
You feel a large undead presence directly in front of you under this line of stones.
Okay.
Extending, as far as you can tell, as far as your sense allows you to go, all along those stones.
I quietly grab a Sir's shoulder. We have company. A very large individual beneath the stones.
As you do, you see the stones that are in this row kind of make a small shift. And then you see the earth around them start to move and rise. As you see ahead of where the stones start showing up, you see the kind of a roundish like oval area, a very large area of the earth start to rise up. As you see, like rising up, you start to see a body appear behind it, and like reaching down through underneath this line of stones. As you see, like rising up out of the dirt, as the dirt falls and streams around, you see what looks like this gigantic skeletal figure of a snake with bits of like flesh still kind of attached to it in places as it rises up, looking at you with just empty eye sockets, and you see its mouth start to open. As you see out of the corner of your eye, you see a dark kind of creature start to move coming from behind you. And you see it sort of creeping along the edges, just out of like easy vision of the light. And you see another one on the other side, but lighter in color. As you see it slinking past you on the other side of the tunnel, like creeping along the edges. And as the serpent reaches up and opens its mouth, very clearly rearing back to hit you, Asura, you feel like a brief like whoosh by your ear as you see the giant serpent just kind of like twitch backwards, as you see in the forehead, like right in the middle of its forehead, just barely visible in its monstrous head, you see a small dagger. And you see blooming out from this dagger, you start to see this blue energy, this blue lightning arch through the head, and you just hear this as you see this lightning arch back and light up the pathway behind for like 100 feet back, like further back, as you see it like winding underneath the dirt part of the way all the way back through the hallway, as you see it sort of twitch and then fall with a huge thunder, like ground shaking pound, as you see the dust settle and the dagger is no longer there.
I whip around to see if Hadressa is here.
You turn around as you hear a voice say, "Oh, pleasure seeing you here." As you turn, and you sure enough, you see Trill and Hadressa standing behind you.
Oh.
I was like, the minute you said there was a black and a white, I was like, it's kitties.
Oh.
She's got the two kitties.
The cute,
Placered?
adorable little cats.
Yep. I forget what they are, but
I forgot what they were too.
The crazy tentacle things.
Yep.
I'm just gonna like in my just like we fucked up. We done fucked up. I'm the worst. I can't do anything right. I just like reach forward and I hug Trill.
Oh, well. Were you worried about us?
You could say that.
We are
There was-
way over our heads, and I am in a full panic mode right now. Yes.
Yes.
Well, you should. Is he like? He kind of like pats you on the head, like he's like, well, you certainly could have picked a better place to meet up.
I've been trying to get in contact with you for a while, and you just seem to never pick up the call.
Well, listen, I'm busy. All right, we have a lot to do.
And so do we.
Right. Well, you made us come out all the way out here instead of going back to Elduin, where I could have gotten a proper drink.
I will buy you all the drinks you could ever possibly put in your body for this. Thank you.
Right, well,
We
we
summoned.
have witnesses.
Are you caught up with what is happening right now?
Well, you know, we filled in some blanks ourselves, I suppose.
I immediately just like turn to Odressa, and I'm just like, are you caught up with what is happening right now?
You see her just kind of standing with her normal sort of like comfortable but not fully like stance with her hands behind her back, and as she says, so it was Greenwood.
It was.
And you intend to kill him?
Something like that.
But there is some additional information that he has that we need for Stoic. And more importantly, we don't know we don't know who knows who he truly is. There are some people who do not know. And there might be some good people in this building. Couple that with the fact that he also has access to a very powerful creature in his house right now, whose name is Fegino. And we need to get him out of here too. Really, we have made a pickle for ourselves.
She kind of like looks over each of you for a moment, and then she nods, just like a acceptance, or that makes sense, or whatever that nod means. And she says, "Who is this Fagino?"
He is a Tabaxi. He was once under Kotok's captivity. We rescued him thinking we were sending him somewhere safe to Greenwood. But obviously now we know that he is not safe. But this Tabaxi has a lot of power. Potential power. And it cannot be in the wrong hands.
What is he?
A Tabaxi? A
What
kitty
makes
cat?
him powerful?
So that's
Yes.
You see her eyes kind of narrow. What kind of tones?
I don't remember what they're called.
Are you saying poems or tones?
Tomes.
Tomes.
Tomes. Tomes.
Yeah.
Lavixis. Lavixis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Spiral of Ixis. That's right.
You see Trill like kind of like, you know, just subtly but clearly like kind of react physically a little bit, and he looks at Adressa and she says, "Then it is good that we are here. With enough time, with a scribe of Levixis, he could become as powerful as he wants to be."
Well, then we definitely need to get Fugino out of here. I don't know where he is in this house. I just know that he has been taken to the estate somewhere.
Very well. We will find him as well.
And we're trying to do too many things. We are going to do something very dangerous and topple an empire, which is something that I very much don't want to do. But we need proof that he was bad, because otherwise defenders of the realm did bad things. So that is that. However, and I'm going to lean to Hadressa so only she can hear it. If we need a backup plan, I have access to his handwriting.
To who's him?
Greenwood's handwriting.
As do I, she says as you lean in and you get just that faint smell of cinnamon. She looks at, those eyes, like those kind of piercing, like silver eyes fall on Stoic in that steady, disarming, like just uncomfortable gaze of hers. Like she says, does he need to survive?
Long enough for us to get the information we need. He has information on a vampire. And I've been hunting this man or this creature. And the only lead I found all this time. And to be honest, I know this isn't the time or place, but I'm sorry. Because for the longest time, you were the one I didn't trust.
How do you know you can trust me now?
You're here, aren't you?
Do you know why?
No, it's not to put a dagger on our backs.
Why are you here?
She just sort of looks at you and doesn't respond.
Real, why is she here?
You think I'm gonna start telling her secrets? I mean, I take a lot of risks, but I don't take that sort of thing. Come on.
Then why are you here, Thrill?
I'm here with her.
Does it have to do with a certain powerful magical staff that may or may not be somewhere on the premises?
Or a beautiful young woman who is currently in safe hands?
You hear Trill just say, like, I was going to ask about that. Glad to hear. That's good news. Probably better than we've been receiving lately. And the dresser says, I do not personally care about the staff, though it does need to be destroyed.
Agreed.
Do you have a vendetta too?
No. I believe there is something here that I want.
Well, I won't stop anybody from taking what they want in this world, so long as it doesn't fuck with me or mine.
You see Trill kind of looks at her and kind of catches her gaze and they sort of share this look for a moment, and you don't see any like facial expressions. You don't see anything, and then you just finally see him sort of like roll his eyes a little bit, and her gaze falls back to you guys as she says, "If I find it, if I can successfully acquire it, I will tell you why I am here."
Deal.
Fair
Do you
enough.
need us to keep an eye out for anything? Color, shape, size, bigger than a bread box.
Do you remember what I told you to give me if you ever found it?
Out of character, no, I genuinely don't remember this.
It was after examining the body of Vander.
Oh, the fire.
She told you if you ever found it in a contained form.
Oh, okay, alrighty.
Better not be a necklace.
Jesus fucking Christ, right?
Yeah.
Doug smirked though, so we know that it is. Doug
Should have kept that one to
It is a
myself.
necklace. Yep, it is a necklace.
Yeah.
Your devil daddy wants the dark fire.
Oh man.
Devil Daddy. Ooh.
That was not the reaction I was expecting.
Let me be clear. This is a very dangerous place with a very dangerous man. I do not care about him. I do not care about Karandia. I care about finding this thing. And I will do what I have to acquire it.
Understood.
Trill says, told you she liked you. She probably wouldn't even warn you otherwise.
I see what you mean.
Uh-huh.
Then let's fuck some shit up, shall we?
Do it.
Like the sound of that?
And I just gently touch my mace.
I just take a really deep breath, and I'm just like, I'm so scared. And I'm gonna step forward and start my anxiety checking for traps.
So you continue moving down this long hallway, as Trill kind of says, keeping his voice low as he talks, just to minimize noise. But he said, he just says to no one in particular, he's like, "So how'd you like the Feywild?"
I just whisper back. It was different. We all felt different while we were there.
Oh,
Mixed
yeah.
bag.
Yeah, it's sort of like getting high, but without all the negative side effects, and you also can't come down.
I don't know. We had some negative side effects.
So true. So
Maybe-
true. I felt so high.
Well, it's sort of like that sort of thing. It's like if you try to fight it, it's going to have negative side effects. But if you know how and you just roll with it, it's actually quite fun.
Yeah.
Well, we did anger a demigod, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Very
There we go.
Great third one.
And
yeah.
yeah, an archfey.
Archfey, yes.
He's the arch fan.
So,
Well, that's pretty bad.
yep.
Oh,
How could he be? His name's the Great Furry One.
Well, I think a lot of them have strange names like that. It's just the way that place is. If it's an archfey, well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
But just from, I don't know, did anybody tell you about fairy lore?
We got an
Just kind of
extremely
glossed over.
abridged version, yes.
Clip notes.
We didn't know.
How do you get an abridged version? It's basically you can get away with anything if it's funny enough. It's the best law in existence. You wouldn't believe what you can get out of with who you can get out of it with.
Humor subjective.
Yeah, it turns out humor is a very subjective form of art and entertainment.
I suppose that's true, but with a bit of wit, it's sort of a, thieves' dream.
Clearly, we had 2 different trips.
Yeah, well, apparently. I mean, I remember we went to the Court of Winter one time and trying to see the Queen there. It's about something, and they, she let us in, but she was bored, so she put us up against his champion, just for a little bit of entertainment, because she had guests from other courts or something like that. And well, quite a nasty creature, but we did end up eventually beheading him, and well, she was quite put out. And I mean, this is the Queen of Air and Darkness that we're talking about, one of the most powerful creatures in existence, probably. But I told her that we were traveling teachers, and we tried to teach someone something to everyone that we meet, and that now he was the head of the class. Rather stupid joke, if you ask me, but they got a kick out of it, and we were scot-free.
That was good.
While you were over there, did you ever meet the Bear Brigade?
I did hear something about an army of bears for hire.
They were pretty cool. They had what was the guy? He had a thing for puns. I love puns. What was his name? What's his name? Y'all remember?
What was his name?
Their king?
Yeah, he just loved puns.
I don't know, but he was a panda.
He was Panda Bear.
Panda Bear. He was a Panda Bear.
He's a great Panda Bear. Yeah.
The Panda Bear was he was entertaining for sure.
Well, sounds like a bit of fun. Not very practiced on puns myself, but I imagine that would be quite useful. They really like that sort of unusual, or it either has to be really weird or really childish a lot of the time.
So, Shrill, do you and Augusta know your way around here pretty well?
Oh, no idea.
Oh, okay. Good to know. All right, cool.
How did you find us?
Well, we heard word you were headed to Greenwood's estate. We were going to meet you, but then you took off in a different direction from the entrance, so we decided to see what was up, and just, played it cool for a minute. And, cleaned up one of your messes. She didn't do a very good job. Right?
You didn't kill him, did you?
I'm sorry, what? It's really loud in here.
It's really loud.
Shit.
I'm just saying, we took care of it so that no one will find residue of your mess.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. Really.
Never.
I won't.
Yeah, so then we found you, and you just, decided to wake up a really, undead snake, so I thought I'd help you out.
Very much appreciated.
What was that dagger you threw?
It's just a little something I picked up along the way.
What does it do? How does it kill an undead snake in one throw?
Well, I mean, you have to know where to hit and when to hit, and it works better if he doesn't know you're coming, and it's obviously magical. Well, basically, I stood out in storms for 2 years straight and let it strike me with lightning, and infused it with the power of lightning, and then then I had to go to a sorcerer and have it seal the power, have him seal the power in, and then once that was there, I had to have an artificer wrap a particularly powerful bit of leather around the handle. But of course, I needed a very particular kind of beast, so I went into the 9 hells and slayed a beast to get the leather to wrap around the handle to be able to handle the power of the lightning. And are you still believing me?
Not the word. Can I see it for a second?
I asked you 100 questions, and now you're specific. This one?
Well, I enjoy being specific when I'm lying.
Yes, it was a beautiful lie. Honestly, the minute you were like, I was standing in a field for 2 years getting lightning, I was like, I just want to see where this goes. May I look at it for a moment?
Yeah, it's not polite to ask another thief for his dagger.
You've shown me before.
Listen, I know there's some appeal here, I can tell, but my heart belongs to another. I already told you.
Oh, I promise I'm not flirting with you. If I was flirting with you, you would know, because I would be an absolute train wreck of a person. I just want to see the dagger.
Well, perhaps you'll see it again if we encounter any more problems. He kind of says
look
like
forward
this
to
little
it.
sly grin.
And I'm just
the
gonna-
giant skeleton, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we only lost many, many good people, but it went down.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be quite a mess in that city.
Either way, we're a little pressed for time. Are you coming with us?
Well, you guys have been walking.
We're already walking.
Yeah.
I've been like,
walking this
I've
whole
been,
time, yeah.
I've been checking traps this whole time. Like, I've just been anxiety looking this whole time.
As you are walking, and he's just sort of casually making conversation with you as you go, and as you're talking, at some point he just sort of casually he's like, yeah, I've been curious to hear what all happened in the city after we were gone. Rolo's filled us in a little bit with some of his messages, but it was all written, so he didn't have time to fill us in all the details. And he kind of grabs Asura's shoulder and stops you. And he's like, so I'm sure you'll fill us in, in a little bit. And he kind of like gets next to you a little bit, and he sort of points off to one side on the side of the wall. And it takes you a moment in the dim light. And you also notice that as soon as he stops, you see the 2 beasts who have been kind of prowling on either side also stop, like seemingly without any command or anything. They just seem to be really aware and moving with them. But you see him kind of line his arm up next to your eye as he points slowly to a row of holes on either side of the hallway. He's like,
yeah.
Anybody want to walk ahead?
Don't have time for
Funny.
this. I'll go.
No, and I grab Stoic and I yank him back.
Oh, fine.
Shut up and listen. And then I'm gonna go up to one of the sides and start to feel for a trap, like a trigger.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
I'm not great at investigation, but I'll do my best. Oh, that's
Very
cocked.
heroic.
That is 16.
As you examine, you see what looks holes just about like that big, about kind of the size of a gold coin, and there's several kind of in a straight line on either side of the hallway, and you see some little bit of cobwebs in front of them and that sort of thing. As you walk to the other side to take a look at the other side, as you're kind of also examining the floor, you see some stones in front of you that just looks slightly different than as you've been walking. By the way, I should have said you do slowly transition from dirt into stone. And it's like the dirt kind of continues on for a little bit, but gets thinner and thinner until you're just walking on what looks like man-made stone. But as you do, you see that these stones look just slightly different, like almost like they've been artificially worn down to look old.
I'm gonna look to Trill and I'm gonna say, should we press them and then walk, or should we walk around them?
What do you think?
I love to trigger things. I like to make things a problem for myself, but I don't know if that will alert anything if something gets triggered.
Seems like a valid thought.
Gentlemen, we are going to be very light of foot as not to trigger this trap and hopefully not alert anything.
So step where you step.
Mm.
Are you not going to try to disarm it?
I've never disarmed a trap like this before. Can I disarm a trap like this?
Yeah, possibly.
I'm used to the little sticks and ropes. I've never done something so fancy. Would you help me?
Perhaps. If you had to take a shot in the dark at how you would disarm something like this, what would you do?
Well, I'm guessing the trigger is the pressure plates down here. So whatever is connecting the information between the pressure plates and the hole.
And?
If you sever the connection, doesn't matter how much pressure you put on the plate, it's not reading any information.
Sounds like an awfully interesting train of thought so far.
I'm gonna look around to try to find anything that looks like there's connective pieces of information between the actual mechanism and then the pressure plate.
Okay. So you take a moment and look, and you can see now there is a slightly wider gap between the plates in front of you and some of the plates in the stone that you've been walking in. And part of it is that in the stones you've been walking over, there's a gap, but if you get close enough you can see there's actually mortar between them. It's just mortar has worn down with time, so it looks like a gap, but it's not a full gap, whereas in these stones the gap is deep. It doesn't seem to have you don't see mortar.
I want to take out one of my my regular dagger, and then I'm going to see if I can find some sort of hook or connection I can feel to find something that would connect the pressure plate to other things.
Okay. As you take your dagger and kind of slowly slip it between the cracks in front of the pile, trying to feel around, you eventually do kind of almost all the way down feel it hit what kind of feels or sounds like stone further down. And as you kind of are moving it, you do see the panel kind of move slightly as you're moving it, it seems kind of loose.
Can I try to peel the panel?
Pry it up?
Yeah.
Sure. Roll go ahead and roll a this would be a dexterity check.
Okay. Straight, or do I get advantage with Trill?
For this is just you trying to move the panel itself.
And you said just a dexterity check?
Yeah.
Not great. What's my modifier on dex? That is a +2. So that's going to be a 12.
Okay. So you very, very carefully try to pull the knife back, and up as you try to pry this stone up, and you feel it lift up as you do, and eventually get it to a point where you can get your thumb underneath it and very slowly start to pry it up. And as you do, you look, and underneath you can see what looks like a kind of carved out area underneath the stone of further stone, but in the middle is another cutout where it seems like another area is sort of empty underneath it, at least just a few inches. And you can see in the center is like a round cylinder with some sort of mechanism underneath, and you see below it a string, or like a not exactly a string, but like a wire almost, like a taut black string, attached kind of taut to a what looks like a hook or of some sort, like a pin almost, underneath this cylinder. You get the impression from looking at it that obviously if something presses down on the cylinder, the hook, the pin kind of gets ejected, releasing the tension of the wire.
Okay, so how do you release the cylinder without popping the pin to release the tension of the wire to trigger the action of the trap? Thrill?
Huh? Yes, darling.
Didn't really learn these types of things in a desert environment, so how does one dislodge a plate without triggering a pin to drop?
It seems to me we can lose the plate entirely. And he reaches like over and takes the plate like from you, and then just kind of sets it to the side. Now, think it through. What's the thing that doesn't need to change?
Well, we don't want the pin to get removed.
So you want to keep the pin in place. And what's going to disarm it?
The pressure, the cylinder.
Nope. It's going to disarm it. It's going to make it not work.
The hook.
No, the hook is what's making it work. If
I feel like I'm in math class again.
You see him like with this sort of, he's talking with this sort of patient interest. Like he's just kind of into this.
Well, we need it to not be.
You've got three pieces. You've got the cylinder, you've got the hook, and the wire.
Well, without the tension of the wire, it doesn't work. So you can remove a pin and it does nothing.
Seems like an interesting thought to me.
Okay, I am going to very delicately release the pressure of the wire in a way that doesn't like send the thing going. It's like I'm just trying to like gently like undo the wire.
All right, hold your fingers. Take your fingers, put it in place and on the pin to hold the pin in place. You don't want that to move.
No.
What you don't see probably is that there's probably something else holding, triggering with the pin as well. But hold that in place because it's not going to take much for it to move with that wire being taut. But hold it in place, and while you're holding that, take a dagger and cut the wire.
Okay, I'm gonna do exactly as he says.
And you take your dagger, you put your fingers in, trying to hold it in place as you take your dagger, and just very cautiously try to do a little bit of a sawing motion onto this thing, and you hear a ding as like part of the string kind of unravels, and then another as soon as you do this, you see Trill go.
I just like smack him.
But you, at the same time, you hear just very faintly this sort of like throughout underneath the plates, as you get the impression that like basically this kind of network of wires just gave out.
Thank you. Don't ever do that to me again. And I grab the plate and I put it back on the spot.
Well, you lot all heard her. She doesn't want me to teach her anything ever again. He sort of winks at you as he starts walking forward.
Thank
Is
you.
Tressa still like right behind us like the whole time? Like, right there.
Oh yeah, she is just watching, like expressionless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you,
That's why I needed proper training and not left to the desert to just stab shit and hope for the best.
well, you should have left the desert earlier.
Sir gets very quiet.
So you guys continue on, and eventually you reach a place where the hall seems to continue on, but you see a door off to the right. For the first time, this is the first time you've seen kind of any exit or entry or anything like that. And you can kind of see the door, and you see underneath the door, you can see that there's light on the other side.
Is there any open like cutouts to these doors, or it's a solid door?
It's a solid door. You just see a little bit of light coming down at the bottom.
Is there any movement, like shadow in the light, or is it just straight light?
Look at the straight light.
Now,
Think.
I can help. I stand up straight, put my fist on my hips, turn my head slightly to the side like this, and I trigger my X-ray vision. That's the stance one takes.
That is accurate. That's accurate.
I will use my whatever sight it's called.
Yeah.
Mostly sight. Look through the door and see. Mostly gaze. Sorry.
Sure. So as you do, as you put this on the door, you can see that through the door, you can see it opens up into a very large, what looks like almost like a cavern type area. And you can see there's kind of areas like almost naturally formed, what looks like may have had water, where there's like that kind of like stalactite kind of design coming off of it, almost like there has been water for a long time, but not for a while. And you can see there's just kind of a variety of platforms across this cavern, kind of rising up until you see the back wall. And you see what looks like rocks or something on a couple of the platforms. And you can see off to the left, you can see another doorway, another door, like man-made door to the left.
No people.
No people, no movement, nothing.
It's totally clear, guys. Let's go.
What the hell did you just do?
Yeah, how do you know?
I just know. Okay? So kind of been able to see through things, but it doesn't last very long, and I can't waste a lot of time. And I try to open the door.
As you hear Troll say,
Jesus fucking.
Troll says, "That's handy." As you open the door, with a just sort of like low creak, as you this sort of metallic creak as you hear this door is actually metal. As you open it, and you open in to see again this cavern, just as I described, with these sort of natural platforms on the back. And you can see there's some kind of low torchlight that seems to be lighting up from the sides.
It
But nothing
only
seems
lasts
to
for a
happen.
minute, so I'm quickly trying to get through that door so that I can then look through the other door you mentioned. That was my rush. That only lasts for a minute.
Okay. So you step into the room, and you hear Trill again go, "Oh well, he's excited."
I think the word you meant to use is reckless.
Mm.
That might be accurate.
Like it.
And he actually quickly follows you in, and you step in and you're looking to the other door. Is that what you're trying
Yeah,
to
I
do?
want to see what's through the other door.
Okay. So you step in and you look quickly to the left, and you can see through the doorway. It looks like a kind of a longer man-made hallway.
No people.
Not immediately, no.
Upon further investigation,
Yes.
is there anything else in this room other than caverns and torchlight?
Well, as he is looking and as Trill kind of steps in, as you're looking through and seeing this hallway, you feel Trill kind of like gently tap you, like kind of grab your shoulder and turn you. And as you look out at the platforms, you see the whatever it was you were seeing on those platforms start to move. And you see these large forms. You see 3 of them start to move, and you start to see them kind of take shape as you see what looks like something familiar, something you've seen before, of what looks like kind of zombified wings.
Oh, fuck.
Bone and holes in the membranes of the wings and everything, as you see standing up slowly 3 dead zombified dragons start to stand up.
Oh,
Nope.
As
Nope.
you see,
I want to leave. I want to leave now.
you
Always seems
actually
clear through the door.
you hear Hadressa go, "We do not have time for this." And Trill kind of like looks over his shoulder at her for a second, and he's like, "All right, how about you lot carry on and we'll handle this."
I don't like this
shit.
either.
Oh shit! There goes our backup.
Yeah.
It's true. But we learn a lot of stuff trying to kill these guys.
Yeah, well, we don't really have time to talk much, as you see him like pull out 2 daggers from his belt.
I'm just
rushing
gonna
people
I'm gonna go
through.
run. Yeah, I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm running to the other
It's-
door, and I'm
Yeah.
immediately checking if it's like locked situation.
It is not locked, but as you do, you see one of the Draco Liches like take this leap and like land, maybe 20 feet away from you, as it like pounds into the ground. As you're gonna have to move fast if you're trying to.
Yeah, we're moving.
Oh,
I'm just gonna. I'm like, is there a trap? Nope. Okay, opening the door.
All right. So as you guys dash into the doorway,
Yep.
as the last of you, I think Bear was in the last. You like have to take a step back just a moment as you see as it takes a bite and just barely misses you in front of you, as you then dive through as out of the corner of your eye as you see Trill like almost effortlessly jump up onto the back of the Dracolich as you slam the door behind you. As you see Hadressa just sort of walk calmly into the room.
shit!
I want so badly to see her fight. Oh my god! Fuck.
She finds herself in the middle of a darker kind of. You see occasional what looks like this sort of. Looks like these sort of kind of faint green magical lights of some sort periodically down the hallway. just kind of stretching down as you see this sort of long hallway that seems to tee about 50 feet away.
I'm just gonna keep walking and looking for traps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make a perception check for this part.
That is going to be an 18.
Okay.
Rolling a lot of 11s tonight, like 10s and 11s.
As you guys walk forward and you're kind of move a little bit slower so that you can keep an eye out for things. You don't notice anything that seems to be any sort of trap or anything of that nature. But as you get closer to the T, where the hallway kind of crosses in a T with another one, you start to very faintly hear a noise. And as it starts to get a little bit louder, it sounds like a sort of shuffling noise as you hear a voice as it gets closer, and it just seems to be talking very low. As it gets closer, you just start to hear this sort of low kind of mumble of a voice saying like, "Well, I have to clean it up. I didn't spill it after all. I'm not the clumsy one after all. I'm not clumsy in ain't one thing I've ever spilled. I don't spill things because I'm careful. They should recognize that after all. I'm not the clumsy one. I didn't break anything after all." You just hear this constant mumble getting kind of closer.
I'm gonna hide.
I was gonna push everyone to the. Can I hear which side it's coming from?
Left.
Then I'm gonna push everyone to the left wall, so like we are not visible if someone was making the corner right away. So I'm pushing everyone back to the left side, and like I can hear it, and then
I whisper or I mouth to you, Asura. Bear grab, and then we interrogate him. Okay. No, I got it. I'm just saying, I'm gonna do that. Be ready.
Keep his mouth shut. All right, and I took out both of my daggers.
So I go to like the edge, like where that L is, as best I can.
Okay. You hear that slow kind of shuffling gait get closer and closer as you hear this sort of mumbling voice, seemingly just mumbling to himself endlessly, just grumbling, about things, and he's been here longer than ever, like so many of the others, yet he's treated like crap, and things like that. And you eventually, as you wait, I want you to roll stealth checks.
Okay.
All of us.
Oh boy.
All right.
Everybody?
Everyone.
Yep.
Got a 15, I believe. Yeah, 15.
18.
Okay.
27.
Oh, easy.
Okay.
No.
I rolled another natural one. I'm getting rid of this.
Oh no.
Did our conversation about round bushes do nothing?
I was like, ooh, so I want to hear what else he has to say. And I like smack the side of the stone, like, and like stumble and fall.
And no, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Oh,
So as you you hear the voice getting closer and closer, Bear, as you see, you see a figure sort of shuffle into view, just crossing in front of you, sort of like this sort of simply dressed, like kind of low, not very nice, just sort of brown get up with a hood kind of pulled up slightly. You see a tabaxi of just sort of this, with this sort of like matted brown fur, as he seems to be walking with a limp, and you kind of get that it's like this like not a like recently injured limp, but like a limp he's probably had for a long time. As he's sort of like looking down and grumbling to himself as he moves.
As soon as like his back, like I'm at his back, I'm gonna run out and grab him and try to cover up his mouth.
So you let me roll something real quick. Okay. So as he's passing by, you hear toward the back, Easy go, and you.
It's a bit drafty in here.
you see him turn and kind of like start for a second as you lunge out at him. I want you to make a strength check.
Okie dokie. Where is my strength?
This guy's gonna have a day.
Come on. 22.
Pretty strong.
Nice.
It's pretty strong.
So you lunge out at him. As he starts to make a startled noise, you grab him and like pull him in, holding him tight, like holding his arms and like putting your hand on his mouth as he sort of struggles pretty weakly against you.
I'm gonna instantly, I'm instantly coming up to like his face, and I'm gonna turn my eyes into cat eyes. And I'm gonna shh. You're okay. You're okay. We apologize for the sudden intrusion. I know that you had important work to do. We are looking. Well, frankly, we are looking for someone who looks an awful lot like you. Yes. We will remove the hand from your mouth if you promise not to yell. Because I understand that you perhaps are honestly probably the most important person here right now. And we certainly understand that you have important work to do, knowing full well you are probably cleaning up everyone else's mess. You know what I mean? It's like you don't do any of it, but you have to always clean up after everyone else. Am I right? I feel that. So I apologize that you're going to clean up our mess a little bit too. We're just looking for another tabaxi. He is gray fur. Yeah. Fugino had gray fur, like a gray dappling.
Mm-hmm.
He had gray fur. He came here probably not so long ago. Bear is going to he's going to remove his hand from your mouth now. Do you promise not to say anything other than what I'm asking for, obviously?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Alrighty. That is a persuasion is +2. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. You see him just kind of...
Bear, gently remove your hand.
Like just a second, like take it off just in case he yells really quick. And then if he's still quiet, I like kind of put 2 arms on his shoulders.
Yeah, not so tight. Here's trouble for sure. Why, I never cause trouble. I'm not troublesome after all.
Definitely not.
What is you want someone like me? I don't know nothing about that. No one like me. Not be above. I don't go above. Just stay down here below. I'll do what I'm told. I'll do what I'm told after all.
What is your name?
What you right care? You just going to dispose of me, huh? Is that how it's going to go? Well, this is going to be trouble for me.
I care immensely, especially if they are not allowing you above, being as important as you are.
Well, I'm not that important. not important at all, really. But I do what I'm told.
Not important. You know the entire underground of this building. You are the most important person ever.
There's most people down here below. What do you want? I don't know nothing about any tabaxis.
Well, that's all
here,
right.
I thought, but apparently not after all.
There might be someone above who's also a tabaxi, which now troubles me even more. If they would allow another tabaxi above, but not you, the most important person here.
Is where I'm supposed to be. There's lots of important people. You know where you are.
Well then, you are exactly the person we need to talk to, and I'm so grateful we found you. We are trying to find the safest route up to the above, and you would know how to get there.
You want to go above? Why are you down here? What you
well,
down here's trouble for sure.
Definitely it
nothing
is.
but trouble here for people like you. Lots of trouble down here, lots of nasty things. That's where they keep them.
They keep who?
Nasty things.
Like what?
There's lots of them, lots of things. Lots of things. For many years, been building things up here. Been at it for a long time. After all, what is it? You just want a cat, person? Is that all you want?
Well, we want lots of things, I guess. I am a very ambitious person, but really, I just was hoping to find somebody like you to safely navigate down here. We very much got ourselves lost, and well, we never would have found any place if it wasn't for you.
No. What I know of, lots of things down here. They spend a lot of time down here. There's not. I did not see anything like that.
No, that's all right. Perhaps it is above. You know, maybe they didn't bring it down here. Which, again, I mean, it seems like you just keep cleaning up everyone else's messes, and you've done nothing wrong. I mean,
I'm not trouble. I'm not trouble for sure.
No, that's definitely true. It's so easy to see that you are not trouble and you have never done anything bad, and it just seems you're always cleaning up after others.
Yeah, and I've got a job to do. What?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want from me?
Just safe passage and your company.
Well, there's a lot down here. Wait, are you wanting something down here? Or you want to go above where everyone else is? There's lots of people.
Is there anything
up above?
I guess I have a question, because I guess I'm a bit confused. I didn't realize there was so much down here. I thought everything was above, but being as you know everything that is down here, is there anything like a staff or some sort of like instrument down here that seems particularly bad that you have to do a lot of cleanup around?
If it's if it's in something really powerful that they might use, it would probably be in there, the main chambers. They do a lot of their work.
The main chambers being upstairs?
Down here.
There's main chambers down
here. If it's something like that, it wouldn't take it above. Not without disguise or something. Most people don't know about here. It's secret after all. It's prohibited.
Yes.
It's not allowed after all.
But you are allowed.
I'm allowed down here, not allowed up above.
No, but you are, I mean, if it is secret down here, then you are definitely the most important. Because you are keeping all the secrets and keeping everything clean and fixing everyone else's messes. And frankly, I mean, you should be worshipped for all that you do.
It's strange. Yeah, it's trouble for sure. If they think I'm being worshipped, that's not good.
No. I apologize. That is the wrong language. I should not have used it. It is a colloquial term where I am from.
You wanting to get to the main chambers?
Boys, do we want to go up or the main chambers?
The main chamber, yeah. I think is the best option.
I think if we could take away his toy before we face them, that'd be pretty nice.
Artemis does not want to spend any more time down here because I fear that there is much to do upstairs, but I am also of the mindset that we have a wonderful guide down here, and why not spend as much time with him as possible. Would you promise to keep us safe this whole time while we're down here? So making sure we're avoiding all the bad things down here to get to the main chamber?
I can tell you how to get there. It's a bit of a journey after all. I've got a job to do. I've got to do it. They're gonna try to come find me if I don't.
What do you have to do? What is it that what are you supposed to do?
Oh no, there's a spill. Another one I've got to clean up.
What spill?
There's spill potions of some sort. I don't know, some sort of chemical. They're always doing something like that, and there's a lot of people clumsy after all. It's nothing but trouble for sure. I've got to go clean that up. I didn't spill it, but I've got to clean it up still. I don't spill things. You name one thing I've spilled. You can't.
Couldn't name a single thing.
But I got to do that. I got to go clean it. I can tell you where to go. I can tell you where to go.
Tell us where to go.
Well, I'll tell you. Yes, where the main chambers are. It's quite. Do you want that or the spill? Why would you want the spill? It's a different direction. But I can tell you where to go for the main chambers. So I can go clean. Yeah.
Sure. Tell us where the main chambers are.
All right. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
I thought we'd at least make the Greenwood.
Oh no!
I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening at this point.
Well, that took some turns.
Indeed.
Quite literally.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
lots of turns I did not expect.
I love that Easy failed both stealth checks with a nat 1.
Miserably with natural ones.
Yeah.
Get them out now, man.
Get them out of the way. Yeah.
We're gonna need them in the battle.
Goodness grief.
I do appreciate that Adressa and Trill literally cleaned up our mess.
They did.
I mean, they were following you. It just kind of worked out. They were kind of watching to see what happened and everything. So yeah,
watching us fuck up royally.
Just standing back there like disappointed parents.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go take care of their mess.
So, I didn't think Stoic would make that decision. As a player, I'm very disappointed in him. I got the mace. Holy shit. Like, if I would, as a player, if I would have known that was the choice, I would have been like, fucking make that choice.
Give me the mace, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting over here like, please, as a player, like, make the deal. Make the deal.
I know. Me, it's like Tara was like, do it.
This thing hits harder than anything I've got.
Can't wait to see that in action.
It doesn't hit harder than Asura's love for Stoic, but that's okay.
Anything Stoic has.
Yeah,
I guess he has you.
I thought that mostly deflected.
Well, because I took a feat a long time ago, man, that kind of like got myself out of, which is I have Savage Attacker. So I basically have like advantage on attacks. Not the attack roll, but the damage.
Yeah.
I can re-roll melee attacks. Damage on them. And I don't do melee very often. So between that and what it does, I'm like holy shit.
We about to wreck some things.
You don't have to attune to it. Can you use it in this battle?
I don't know.
I'll get you
Okay.
I'll make you
he
the
sent me a
proper-
description. I don't know if
item.
it needs attunement.
Yeah, I haven't. I'll send you the proper item before
Okay.
next week.
Oh, I still need my unless like nothing's changed with the sword. If it's just summoning the mount, then that's fine. But if have the stats changed on that sword?
No.
Okay.
It's just that ability to
Cool.
do that. Yeah. So,
Another fun one.
yeah, good stuff. Really interesting developments and twists and turns and everything.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes from here as they plunge deeper into Greenwood's under his estate in this secret area where lots of nasty things are. So we will return next week as we continue this journey as they march their way to Greenwood. We will see you guys next Monday.